Spurs from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion. Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Hello there, good morning. Welcome along to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. You can build your own car deal online, all with just a few clicks. Then make buying your next car easy. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you this morning till 10 o'clock, and then Big Brazil is back with you tomorrow. How are you, Gabs?
I'm very well, Shebahn. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. You slept like a log?
Yes, I slept very well. Entertaining game last night. Really enjoyed it. It felt like football was back again. It felt like it last weekend against Crystal Palace and Liverpool, but last night just felt Spursy being Spursy means football are back.
Can you say that?
You can.
You can.
You can.
Come on now.
Plenty of positives, but Spurs were playing against a team that their last game was a month ago against Chelsea in the final. Then had 3 weeks off, had a week back in training. 8 days ago, they were probably sipping on pina coladas in Hawaii, while Spurs have probably played 6 pre-season games. So, plenty of positives for Spurs, but to throw it away, 85 minutes, 2-0 up, very Spursy.
Oh, shocker. They looked the part as well. For times, they looked the part, but like you say,
it's hard. Yeah, they did, but it's hard to give too many plaudits when it's a PSG team that have been back a week. Yeah. Ask any player, we can get an ex-player on, a week back. Sometimes you haven't touched the ball.
Even Calvert-Lewin looked miles off.
Yeah,
last
because
night.
they just couldn't get around. They looked like they were at 20% fitness.
Spurs fans, just get your earmuffs now because Gabby's going to absolutely smash you to bits today. But I think I'll be on your side.
Yeah, I think if it was a PSG team that had a pre-season like Spurs, I'd say, listen, Sarr was outstanding, Jed Spence was outstanding, nothing got past him, Van der Ven at the back, Richarlison held the ball up well. Everyone played well, but when you find out they've only been back a week, then your plaudits have to be put to the side a little bit.
Okay, 75 days since last season ended, but some things haven't changed. Spurs are still Spurs.
Spurs embark on the quest for more European glory. Plays it to Richarlison, edge of the area, good save, Chevalier.
I think the players gave everything, playing against one of the best teams in the world.
It's been a decent start from Spurs. I like the way they're mixing their game up.
So Romero's at the far post. It's all about what happens now. Chevalier flicks it onto the bar, only for it to come down inside the 6-yard box from Mickey Van der Ven.
75, 80 minutes, perfect.
Romero peeling away towards the back post. Great run from him, and his header is in through Chevalier. It's 2.
Dream start for Spurs at the start of the second period.
Spurs are back to being Spurs. Can't remember the last touch of the ball that Spurs had to find a teammate in PSG's half of the pitch.
It's a while ago, you're right.
Lee, and he's pulled one back.
To come away by drawing against them is an absolute shambles.
Around the corner for Dembele, thrashes across in for Ramos, who's headed it in for 2-2.
Wow.
We are a very, very, very bad side.
Everything I had lined up is just, I don't know what to say now. I'm just absolutely fuming.
You're just Spurs!
Nuno Mendes trusted with completing the job. And Vicario make the save. No, he can't. PSG have won it. Tottenham Hotspur heartbreak.
Tottenham deserve much more. Maybe it was unfair.
2-0 up with 5 minutes to go and 2-0 up in penalties, but Spurs still managed to go on and lose the Super Cup final. What a night, though, to have Jamie O'Hara and Jason
Perfect, wasn't
Cunningham.
it? Perfect.
Some things are just meant to be. O'Hara back in the studio last night on the Sports Bar from his trip to Mykonos, and Jason Cundy had the absolute time of his life.
This is the real Spurs. This is what we want to see. Not winning the worst Europa League final ever against a dog Man United. You're up against big dogs. They were back 6 days. 6 days! You got rolled over by a team that are half fit. Jay! Snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Everything that I wanted to say, everything I had lined up is just, I don't know what to say now. I'm honestly, I'm absolutely fuming.
You're just Spurs! I've been telling you that for
Do me a
years.
favour.
It's who you are, mate.
Come on, loads of positives.
No, what positives? There's nothing.
who we are, mate.
It's that is an absolute shambles. It's a shambles, mate. Against the PSG side, they've been back 6 days. They've been back training
No,
less
come
time than you've been away on holiday. Yeah, you've been away longer than they've been back.
I've been in Mykonos for a week.
Been in Mykonos.
Longer than PSG. Been in Mykonos longer than PSG. They've come back and won the Super Cup final. I've come back a stone overweight.
Tina could have been in the same hotel as you, and he's just won the Super Cup.
Good to have them back on the Sports Bar.
Has he been to Mykonos or not?
Did you not mention?
No, he's not
You not seen
mentioned
his
it.
story?
No, he's not mentioned it there either.
Don't know how much it is for a salad over there.
I know. I remember my first trip to Greece.
But there's no real excuses for the way Spurs crumbled last night, Gabs.
No, I think there was changes made. I mean, Paulinho come off, Bergvall come on late on. But you just look at the second goal and Jet Spence gets out to the ball, but no one's following Dembele. Romero tries to play offside, leaves Ramos in the middle on his own, poor defending. But there is positives to take. Let's just, in our minds, let's say Spurs were playing against PSG, had been back 6 weeks, like Spurs. Positives, Sarr was everywhere, winning that ball back. Paulinho, Sarr and Bentancur in the middle were very good. Kudus looked like a threat, looked very strong, holding the ball up, looked a threat on the counter-attack. Jet Spence, Porro, 3 centre-halves, Danso, Van der Ven and Romero look very strong. I'm sure they'll play that a lot this season, a 3-5-2. But, like I says, PSG to come back in the 85th minute, disappointing for Thomas Frank.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they were so nearly there, I mean, Daniel Levy must be looking and going, right, I have to do something before the window closes. They have to go all out and just get Eberechi. They have to.
Yeah, that's the only thing they were missing last night. Because you can play that formation, Shebahn, but you can't play the same formation and personnel when you're probably playing a lesser team, because you only had Richarlison and Kudus. I know you got Solanke on the bench to come on, Tell, who I'm not sure about, but they need a number 10, someone who's going to open up defences, get on the ball and make things happen. They missed that last night.
68 mil, Gabs. I mean, why is that bid not going in yet?
I mean, when you look at Konya and Bumo, similar fees.
Yeah.
Kudus was 55 million. I just look at Eze. I think he's worth like 90, 95 million, never mind 68. Something must be going on. Can they agree personal terms first before they put a bid in? That normally happens.
The thing is, you just wouldn't be shocked if Daniel Levy hasn't done jack dot. You know, you would not be shocked if nothing has happened, because if advances have been made, I'm sure we would know about it by now.
Yeah, but
you think nothing's been done, and when you watch that performance, you think they've just won a trophy.
Yeah.
Get them the players that they need.
But if you were in for Morgan Gibbs White, that would have been similar money. Was it 60 million? So I don't see the reason why not. They've got the money available. I'm sure it will happen. It wouldn't surprise me in the next couple of weeks that he does go to Spurs. But that position, after losing out on Morgan Gibbs White, Maddison out for them more or less the season. They really need one.
You mentioned the positives. Jamie O'Hara was focusing on the positives last night at the sports bar. Matt, the Spurs fan, was absolutely fuming. He had a good old rant last night. Here you go.
Bad side. We've finished 17th for a reason, because that 11 isn't good enough. Now, Cundy's coming out and saying we're an embarrassment. We're an embarrassment for finishing 17th under this ownership, because we haven't got individuals. It's as simple as that. We haven't got the individual.
Okay, but you can't go. But Matt, last season's last season. We won the Europa League. We sacked the manager.
What's the difference?
We got a new manager.
Mate, what is Thomas Frank going to do with a goalkeeper that can't punch a ball? What is the matter with you? You've got Solanke that can't score a goal under Ange. You think he's going to score a goal under Frank? What is the matter?
Matt went full breakdown last night, yeah. He lost his pants.
Yeah, but I don't see why, because there were many positives. Forget about PSG not being back for 6 weeks. Spurs looked stronger defensively, especially for 85 minutes. Looked organised. Whenever Kvaratskhelia got on the ball, I mean, Jed Spence marked him out of the game. I think he was fantastic, Spence. He's got to be a starter this season. And Barcola done very well a few times, past Danso and past Porro. But I think you've got to take the positives, and I'm sure the manager will do. And they've got Burnley at home on Saturday, and I'm sure they'll be looking for 3 points.
And the manager, who was criticised last season for not being able to adapt, is totally different with Thomas Frank, isn't it? Like,
you have to as well.
The game last night.
He's not daft. He knew that PSG, they turned up like they did in the second half, are the best team in the world.
Yeah.
So, well, people say Chelsea are, but obviously PSG for me are. And positives will be taken. That's all I can say.
Yep. Thomas Frank, I think, said last night in one of his interviews, the surgery was a success, but the patient died. Let's not say aye, but it did make me laugh. Spurs fans, we want to hear from you this morning. Are you as depressed and as miserable as Matt, the last caller on there in the sports bar? We want to hear from you. Or are you going to take the positives from the performance last night? That number is 0371722 3344. Coming up next, we'll get into today's back pages. Palace fans, it's all about you. Mark Geehey, is he going to stay? We'll do it next with Sam in the papers. Morning. Listening to talkSPORT Breakfast, Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you. ABC by the Jackson 5.
Tuna.
Is that how you learned the alphabet?
Yes. Didn't they stop on C though?
Abacate.
Jackson 5, unbelievable music. The good old days.
I know. What a voice, by the way.
Yes. All of them?
And the moves.
Yes.
You dance like that.
I tried to when I was younger. It didn't work out for me though.
Did you? Were you practicing the old moonwalk?
Of course. But didn't work. Michael Jackson though, legend.
You know I can moonwalk.
And you really? Sober or...
Sober.
Really?
Yeah. It's my party trick.
I believe you.
Depends what party I'm at. I can twerk. But if I'm at like an overs party, I can moonwalk.
Over
Never.
what?
In?
Over 50s.
Yeah. Which doesn't happen often.
Yes.
I'm kidding on there all the time.
Don't invite me to them parties.
It's good luck to the 17 and 18-year-olds out there on their A-level results today.
Yes.
Oh,
That'll be me next year, my lad.
I was wondering how old your boy... So he'll get the... Is it GCSEs today?
No. So he's done his A-level, already done his mock A-levels.
Oh, okay.
Got really, really good grades.
See, it's different in Scotland. We do our GCSEs, I think, when we're 15, and then our A-levels when we're 16.
Is it, yeah?
And then you can leave school. I left school at 16.
I bet you did.
I was like, bye. Bye, driver.
Same here, bye-bye. Got my football boots, that'll do. Here's my pen, paper, everything.
How's your
pencil
A-levels?
case, there you go.
You handed back a pencil case?
I had a big pencil case and
Lucky
didn't do
you.
anything with it.
What was in it? How big was
Everything.
it?
Pen, pencil,
Football.
rubber, ruler, sharpener, crayons.
How many rubbers did you have in there?
Oh, one. One's always enough.
I remember when I got my A-level results lying in bed and my mum coming in and going, there you go.
Oh.
And I'd be like, please leave the room.
Yeah.
You know, and I opened it, I was like, oh, shocking. 3 C's. I only did 3 exams, so I got 3 C's, yeah.
Mine, I need to go find mine for my old man because I don't think I got any, like, higher than an E. I really
So
don't.
I fail.
Everything was fail.
And he's a fail, isn't it?
I remember sitting in some of the exams, right? And, like, just looking at the clock, it was like the exam started at 12, and I'm like, it's 12:15. Come on, be 1 o'clock already. I want to go and play football. Hurry up. I don't know any of this.
I was a bit like you, to be honest.
What's this?
Couldn't
Don't know it. Don't know it. Don't know it.
Yeah.
Don't know it.
Yes.
What time's football later? Okay, I'm training at Villa at 5:45. All right, cheers. See you later.
Drawing pictures. Gabby loves.
Thierry Henry.
03717223344. If you want to call in and, you've got your results this morning and you're going, that's not what I was hoping for. Gabby's here to give you some life advice. It's not all about exam results.
No,
is
it's
it,
not.
Gab?
It's not.
There's more to life than exam results. Okay?
Of course there is.
There'll be so much more ahead of you. So you can get in touch this morning. Let us know how it's going for you. And Gabby will give you some sound life advice.
Many people out there who've got amazing jobs and great wages didn't get any GCSEs, let alone A-levels.
Is it true that the most entrepreneurs or millionaires from this country didn't finish school?
Probably.
That right?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you'll get there.
And then there's people that go to uni
Mm-hmm.
and then they come out of uni and they still can't get a job after getting the qualifications.
Yeah.
That's how crazy life can be.
I went to the University of Life. And that was so worth it.
I went to the University of Broad Street where all the parties were.
Seriously though, good luck for your exam results today. You can let us know how you got on 81089 03717 22 33 and it's time now to look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Samuel Ardis here, right? Hold on, I'll guess it. Two A stars, 2 A's, 1 B. And you were crying over the B.
You couldn't be any more wrong if you tried, Shebahn.
Really?
All I remember is on GCSE day, I needed 4 C's to get into college, and I think I just about scraped 4 C's.
So we're on a
we were very much on the same length.
I would have been buzzing with 4 C's.
No, I know, but Gabby, though, it must have been nice, though, sitting in the school exam room, fine, not knowing the exam paper, but it must have been nice knowing in your mind that you're going to go on and play for Aston Villa in the Premier League.
I didn't think that.
But at 16, like, you must have been, close to almost.
No, not at all, mate. I was in the under 17s at the time. I think it was all the under 16s team, and no, mate, still a dream. Still, not in my mind thinking, oh, I'm going to be a footballer. The hope was there, but it was like never guaranteed at that age.
But was it hard, though, on a serious note, to almost have, trump everything into football and becoming a professional footballer and manage your kind of school?
Yeah, it was difficult, mate. I mean,
I'm trying to help you out here, Gabby.
Yeah, going in and trying to learn science and maths when there's a football outside. We've got our blazers and bags to put down as goals.
Of course.
Just want to be out playing football, mate. Bottle of Lynx in your bag, freshen up. Do you know what I mean? Afterwards.
Absolute stud.
You know what I mean?
It turned out right if you didn't, Gabby.
It did, mate, luckily.
And it did. Some people's minds just work differently.
Yes.
Yeah. Back pages, guys, as you would imagine, pretty much dominated with the Spurs result last night. Spurs shocker back at the Mail, shootout agony for Tottenham after they blow 2-goal lead. What else have we got? Back at the Star, welcome to Spursy. New boss Frank sees his men blow trophy chance twice. The Spurs shocker is the Telegraph Sport headline. Tottenham blow 2-goal lead, then suffer spot kick agony. Sheer agony for Spurs is the headline on the back of the Mirror. But I wanted to ask you guys about a transfer story that's on the back of the Sun. Mark Gahey looks set to stay at Crystal Palace this summer, despite Liverpool opening talks over a £35 million deal. Sunsport understands the Eagles will not consider a bid of £45 million, even though he can walk away for free in 12 months when his contract ends. And the defender is also wary over game time at Liverpool this season ahead of the 2026 World Cup. So potentially here, Gabs, Liverpool might not match the valuation, and Mark Gahey might be content in the World Cup year to stay at Crystal Palace.
If I'm Gahey, I'm staying, because Canate, I don't know who's the better centre-half, because I really rate Canate. And if the manager Aherne Slot's not telling Gahey that you're guaranteed to start, then why would you go there? You might not play as much football. You might have a breakthrough season from another centre-half. Brantford might play even better this season. You've got Konsa, who's just as good as Gahey. And then you go into the World Cup and you're not guaranteed to start for your country. Also, if you leave on a free transfer, show me the money. Show me the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're getting like a transfer fee yourself as a player.
So you would advise that you should stay at Palace?
100%.
Really?
100% I would, yeah.
I thought, you'd be if you're Gahey, you'd be going to Liverpool. That's what you would want. I mean, 35 million is bizarrely low, isn't it? Considering it was 70 million that Spurs
but
put
one
in.
year left on his deal, I guess. So maybe Liverpool thinking if we don't get him this summer, we could wait till next year and get him on a free, possibly.
Liverpool would sit and wait it out, and Palace aren't going to go, well, 35 million isn't going to change everything overnight for us.
I think there's an amount where Palace will say, listen, we'll sell him for this amount, but anything less, we might as well just keep him for a year.
They need him. Do you know what I mean? If they want to keep building, you don't want to lose a player like Gahey. You know, if you want to keep building the success of last season, you want to keep a player like that, especially if they're going to lose the likes of Eze.
Yeah. Do you know what happens with a free transfer, though? And it used to be even better like 20 years ago. So imagine Liverpool sign Gahey now, and transfer fee's 40 million, and he signs on 200 grand a week and gets a sign-on fee. But if he goes as a free transfer, then, like Mbappe did, Trent as well, leaving on a free, okay, you're going to give me maybe 20 million. Because you've not paid a transfer fee for me.
Yeah.
So send the 20 million to me, and I'll sign that big contract I was going to sign last year as well. So if you're Gahey, you're probably 15, 20 million better off.
Yeah, I think Liverpool's one of the closest signings, Giovanni Leone as well from Parma. So another centre-back could also be coming in. Just briefly mention the Marcus Rashford quotes. I'm sure we'll talk about it in good detail throughout the show, but he did an interview yesterday which has made a lot of headlines. Marcus Rashford says Manchester United are in no man's land after years of chopping and changing, and the striker claims the transition under Ruben Amorim has not started yet. He, of course, completed that loan move to Barcelona. He's argued that United's reactionary approach has hampered their ability to win football's biggest prizes. Would you agree with that, Gabby? Have United at times over the last 10 years, of course, gone through lots of managers, as we know, post Alex Ferguson? Have they been reactionary?
I don't think so. I think when you're finishing in the bottom half of the table, when you're losing numerous games at Old Trafford, when your team is not looking like they've been coached, you have to make changes. I mean, I think he made an example of Jurgen Klopp, but it's a total different situation. Manchester United have been in shambles for 10 years. Any manager that's come in has. And if Amorim doesn't wake up this season, he'll be the same next summer.
He used the Klopp comparison, which I thought was incredibly bizarre, because I appreciate it took Klopp a few years Liverpool to win trophies, but you saw as soon as he walked into that football club, progression, a clear style of play, he's trying to implement Liverpool. Yes. So it's a poor comparison, a weird comparison, isn't it?
Yeah. I've not seen anything from Manchester United for 10 years, and this season I think they will be better, but I think Jeff had them top four.
Yeah, Jeff said fourth.
I don't know what that gout medication was.
No, but to be fair, Jeff makes the point is that they've not got Champions League football, so they've just got to focus in the league. And Arsenal needed that for a time to get into top. I don't know.
You've got a shambles goalkeeper and defence. Not good enough.
Okay, Sam, thank you very much. That was a look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business. Coming up over the past couple of days, Gabby has become the spokesperson for the Geordies over the Isak saga. So we're going to teach him some Geordie next on talkSPORT Breakfast.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick? We're going to take a look at why we're not seeing them anymore and explain a bit about how they work. The knuckleball peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason Mount.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air, causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free-kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head-on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Hitting by the valve helps with that short contact time, as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckleballs much anymore? It's because players are being told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season there's been a 10% reduction in players shooting from free kicks in the Premier League. And in 23-24, a record low of 11 free kicks found the back of the net. And the knuckleball, though spectacular, is imprecise, which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed at Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Agbonlahor. And Gabby has the odd bit of history with Newcastle fans, mostly for all the wrong reasons. Now it seems a little bit different. No one will ever forget Peter's meltdown here on talkSPORT. Iconic, by the way. You know, my husband just watches that when he's feeling a bit down. Yeah, Peter called talkSPORT and called Gabby one time and he had a meltdown at the suggestion his team have to sell players to comply with PSR. And already this summer, Gabby annoyed them again with the Alexander Isak saga. That set them all off. But on Tuesday, it all changed. The local hero from somewhere else, Gabby Agbonlahor, decided to back the Newcastle fans when it came to Alexander Isak reportedly refusing to play for Newcastle ever again. That went viral and it even received traction on X from none other than Geordie Shore's Scotty T. That was Scottish. So could Gabby have a side hustle on his hands?
So we get in the club and Gabby is pure winding everyone up.
Newcastle aren't a big club worldwide. Big club in Newcastle. That's facts.
I'm telling you right now, it's not on. Something's clearly changed in that lad's head since he's left the Villa.
They missed out on Ekatike. They missed out on Gahey, Trafford. I think Newcastle, if they tried to sign me, maybe they would miss out on me.
We've had a few more drinks. Everyone's mortal. And Gabby won't stop.
You're worth like billions, but you can't. You have to sell.
It's all kicking off, and Pete's absolutely lost his head.
We don't have to sell this summer. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
As if this night could get any more mental. I've just seen Alex get absolutely raj because he wants to go to a different club.
Ball given away to Isak. There's his goal. Alexander Isak.
Oh wait, Alex, man. What's wrong with Bijou? And then, out of nowhere, of all people, Gabby steps in.
Who does he think he is, by the way?
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
Listen, I can have banter with Newcastle, but like, who do you think you are, mate?
Correct, mate.
Disgusting. What that club's done for you. Who does this guy think he is? Get your boots on. Big season for Newcastle, and now you're saying you're adamant you don't want to play. Like what?
You know what? I always thought Gabby was a canny lad. I just want to make sure we get back as a family, because us Geordies, we stick together.
Love that.
Bit emotional there.
Did that really hit home with you?
Yeah, I do like Newcastle.
There's nothing better when a fan base hates you for them to go, hold on a minute.
I know, he's all right, actually.
Thanks for backing us up.
He's all right for a Bromie, isn't he? You know what I mean?
I love that. That went absolutely everywhere. So now you're an adopted Geordie.
Oh, no.
They like you now for the next month, I'd say. We want to test your Geordie. Okay, by the way, did you ever watch Geordie Shore?
I used to love it.
How good was that?
Yeah, I used to love it.
That was wild.
Was it Gary?
Yeah. Gary J. Gary, did he have not sit? Always like that. I don't know. I was about 9.
No, Gaz.
Gaz Beadle.
Gaz was naughty, wasn't he?
Charlotte.
Very naughty. Yeah, Gaz and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah. They had some
Becky.
arguments, didn't they?
They were absolutely
good TV.
Iconic,
Very good
though,
TV.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore. Right,
No.
we're going to test your Geordie now. You've got a list in front of you.
Yes.
You wanna bat it out?
Okay, let me try the first one. Way, the Gallagher man. Seen some goals, eh?
You sound like Brazil.
You're not far from each other, are you? All right, let me try one more. Shebahn, you Raji lass.
That's Scottish.
Oh, no, it's... Caller, Pia, you gadgy man. Oh, lass, wee man. It's Scottish, isn't it?
To be fair, this list looks like it's Glaswegian.
I know.
Have you given him the wrong list?
Am Ganyim. What does that mean? I'm going home. Am Ganyim. Okay, this is the easy one. Away the lads, but we win out this year. I'm telling.
Right.
Oh, that was terrible. Sorry, Newcastle.
Yeah, they hate you again.
Yeah, I've ruined everything, haven't I?
Absolute shocking. Listen, you'll do well in Glasgow, though.
I know, they love me there.
That was absolutely.
They love me in Glasgow, by the way.
To be fair, our words are very similar. We say aye all the time. Aye.
Aye.
We lass, we, all that kind of stuff.
I did used to think, though, what would it be like if I turned up to Newcastle, with some nice food in the town centre, stayed at the local Hilton or something. What would it be like?
I know.
Interesting to know, wouldn't it?
Well, after that performance, I'd advise that you don't go back to Newcastle anytime soon.
Yeah. I'll go straight past to Glasgow.
Right, enough of that now. Let's talk mixed martial arts, because the big news yesterday came out that a esteemed MMA journalist, Ariel Helwani, he claimed that John Jones reportedly turned down a whopping $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall earlier on this year. Jones is now 37, a colossus of the sport, of course, having won 20 of his 30 pro fights. He's held titles in 2 different weight classes, and he's defended both of those titles as well. So we can find out more as to why he's made this decision, as to why this has made such big news, with talkSPORT.com's MMA writer George Galinsky. Good morning, George.
Good morning, George.
It's a bit of a shocker, isn't it, George?
Good morning, guys. I hope you're both doing well on this beautiful Thursday morning. Yeah, it's a massive shock. I mean, we knew that he didn't want the fight, but for this amount of money is absolutely shocking. I mean, to put this into perspective, this is a record payday by over 3 times the amount. Brock Lesnar previously held the record with $8 million. So, mixed martial arts isn't like boxing. You don't traditionally have these sort of massive 8-figure paydays being thrown around. But this was, as I say, a massive shocker. And Ariel Helwani is always right. So we can pretty much definitely take this as gospel.
It's very odd, though, isn't it? Because when you heard John Jones talk about it maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago, it was like, you know what, for the right price, I will fight him. So what's the U-turn? Because every sportsman, sportswoman love getting a big payday.
I think he got his bluff called. Helwani said that himself. This was a fight that I don't think Jones ever wanted. He said multiple times that he didn't want to fight a dangerous up-and-comer. He wanted to fight an established champion. Alex Pereira was thrown around as a potential opponent ahead of Aspinall, despite the fact that he was his interim champion for 19 months. So, it's really remarkable. But, I mean, nothing surprises you anymore in mixed martial arts.
Yeah. It's not good for the sport, though, is it, George? I mean, this is a bit of a disappointment.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot made of boxers ducking each other, but mixed martial arts is becoming prominent now. It's quite, a disappointing thing to be happening in the sport right now. But look, Tom Aspinall's the champion now, so we can expect things to keep moving.
Forget 30 million. Give me 30,000. I'll jump in with Tom Aspinall. Have we made that happen? Quick elbow and get out of there.
Have you done any training?
Little bit of grappling here and there.
Gabs, you'd get slapped up.
I know.
Don't worry.
Annihilated.
See John Jones then, George. What does this say about him? Do you think he's done in the sport?
Well, I mean, he's recently come out and, 2 days after this shocking revelation, he said, I'm coming back. He's back in the UFC testing pool as well. Look, if he is coming back, which I do highly doubt, I must admit, it's not going to be against Tom Aspinall. He's made that very clear. Maybe a fight with Pereira, two weight world champions against each other. He recently said he wants to fight on the UFC White House card, which looks as if that's going to happen next July. But again, Dana White coming out and saying, I can't risk him being the main eventer. He's not reliable. He's too flaky. These are things you don't want to be hearing as a big star in mixed martial arts.
Is there anyone in the heavyweight division that can beat Tom Aspinall now?
Personally, I don't think so. It's more a case of, Tom declining before then. I mean, he's only 32, he's in his prime. Gelton Almeida, ranked number 5. He looks pretty good, very good grappler. But of course, he got knocked out by Curtis Blades, who has already been beaten by Tom Aspinall. He fights Cyril Gane on October the 25th. Again, a fighter who's had 2 attempts at the world title, failed on both attempts, one against Jones, one against Ngannou, and, a very controversial win over Alexander Volkov in his last fight. So potentially, not the guy that can beat him either. I just think Tom Aspinall's in a different league at this stage in his career.
Fair enough. What about Rocky, Leon Edwards, Birmingham lad? Everyone in the city loves Rocky. What's next for him, mate?
Well, we're unsure exactly what his next steps are at this stage. Of course, Tom Aspinall will be wanting to jump above Leon at this point in his career. He's had 2 world title defences. He's obviously fallen off since then. We haven't got any concrete next steps for him. But, is he within the world title picture at the moment? I'm not so sure. I'd like to see him retire, if I'm completely honest with you. I think everyone should step away from the sport before it takes them. We've seen that with a lot of fighters. Kamaru Usman recently got back in the winning column, but before that, a massive decrease in form. The same with Tyron Woodley, another great welterweight. I always believe in quitting while you're still ahead. It's a damaging sport, and I wouldn't like to see him get hurt anymore.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for your insight on that. MMA writer from talkSPORT, George Galinsky.
Thank you, George.
Thank you very much. You can get more on that on our website, talksport.com. Still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast this morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Spurs fans, God love you. It's only the 14th of August. You've played 1 game in the new season, and already people are claiming the Spursy tag has returned.
Spurs are back. It's amazing.
Come on, get on with it.
To do nothing. Your Spurs.
Bad side. We've finished 17th for a reason, because that 11 isn't good enough.
03717 223344. Did you chuck it away last night? Were you dreaming of 2 trophies paraded in front of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday? And could there be a knock-on effect? 03717 223344. Give us a ring if you want to have a vent about it, or would you rather focus on the positives? If you're another fan of another club, feel free to rub some salt in the wounds. That's what we do here at talkSPORT. Classic wind-up merchants. Next, though, a former Arsenal captain has written off their chances of winning the Premier League this season. All of that to come and much, much more. That was our look ahead to talkSPORT with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade with easy delivery tracking and 2-hour delivery time slots. Terms and conditions apply.
there, good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Geordie Shore, Agbonlahor with you till 10 o'clock this morning. Then it's Jim White and Simon Jordan. What do we know this Thursday? European champions Paris Saint-Germain produced a superb late recovery before winning a penalty shootout to clinch the UEFA Super Cup and deny Thomas Frank a first trophy as Tottenham boss. We'll be discussing that all through the show today. Spursy are back, or are you taking the positives? In other news, Venus Williams is set to become the oldest US Open singles player in 44 years after being given a wild card for Flushing Meadows. She's going to be 45.
Wow.
She's an absolute machine.
I love the story of them both of them sisters with the dad, the training. You watch that film. Unbelievable.
Is it King Richard? Is it called?
Yes,
King
yes,
Richard,
great film.
Will Smith.
Great film.
Unbelievable.
And my daughter could watch that, but let's not go into it.
Stop pushing her.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not. Leave her to it. Leave her to it.
Get off her back, Dad.
No comment.
You going to be playing major paddle when you're 45?
I hope so.
How old are you now?
39 in October.
Oh, big birthday next year. Big 40. It's
40.
going to have a midlife crisis.
I know.
And in other news, La Liga sending Barcelona and Villarreal out to Miami in December for their league match. Chief Executive of the Premier League, Richard Masters, was asked if the same could happen to fixtures over here.
Nothing has changed. I mean, we don't have any plans to look at games abroad. We haven't talked about it around our shareholders' table. La Liga have been very open about their desire to play matches abroad. The federation, local federation, have approved it. I still have to get Confederation and FIFA's approval to do it, so there's some way to go before that ever becomes reality, but it hasn't changed our perspective on it at all. And I think if you mentioned the 39th game, I remember it, the controversy it created, but really the objective behind it was to grow the Premier League abroad and around the world, and I think we've done that without needing to play matches abroad. The Premier League is now genuinely global. It has billions of followers around the world. We're really proud of that.
I'm sure
so things have changed.
Sorry, Richard Masters, for cutting you off there. I'm sure a lot of fans will be pleased to hear him say that.
Yeah, it's not something that I would like to see. Maybe other leagues haven't got the finances as the Premier League and they've got their reasons of doing it, but just leave our game alone. Leave it alone. It's fine how it is.
Yeah. I mean, what if Villa had a big fixture in December out in the States? You know?
Yeah, I would have liked it.
What's your favourite Villa fixture?
Villa fixture? Oh, at the moment.
So it's like Villa-Arsenal.
Villa-Arsenal.
Out in the States in December. Big trip.
No, because what about the fans that can't afford it? What about the fans that have got a budget?
What about the fans
which
abroad?
the majority of the fans?
What about the fans abroad, rewarding them for their fandom?
No, get yourself over here and watch the game. Get yourself to lovely England.
You're all heart, Gabs. For more on the stories, you can jump onto our website at talksport.com. Sam is back with us now for a bit of this. If there's one song that I can't stand but can't get it out of my head, it's that one.
I agree.
I was singing it on holiday and everything. I'm with one gunner on holiday and I'm like, no, London forever.
It's a rubbish song, but there's something I like about it.
It gets in your head.
Yeah, it's like, you know
you're
what?
warm.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind.
Do you always do it in the Cockney accent as well when you can't do it in the Scottish accent? It doesn't sound the same, no?
I'll never get home.
Your London accent is almost as bad as your Geordie accent, Gabby. That's absolutely stinking.
He's no blessed with acting, is he?
I was going to say, stick to the punditry, Gabby.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Some pretty strong stuff from Tony Adams. Arsenal legend Tony Adams has delivered a brutal verdict on Mikel Arteta and states the Gunners will not win the Premier League with Martin Odegaard as captain. He wants Odegaard to be taking the captaincy away from him. He wants that to be given to Declan Rice. He said he's got a really big call to make this year, Arteta, and for me, he hasn't done it. The call is to make Declan Rice the captain. I think Declan's my kind of captain, and it might free Odegaard up to play with a bit more freedom. Every now and again, as a manager, you have to put someone who reflects you, who reflects the football club, and can take you to that next level. You've got someone in Rice who's going to play every game all season, that's going to encourage people to come in and lay the foundations of a title-winning team. Declan Rice can do that. Odegaard can't. Come on, Arteta, make him captain. You're nodding, Gabby. Is he right? Do you agree with those comments?
Amen, is what I say. Because last season, Odegaard was not at the levels. This season, I see Wanyeri taking Odegaard's place.
That's a big shout.
I really do.
What, in the starting 11?
I really do, yeah. I feel like you've seen more and more last season Odegaard getting taken off when Arsenal needed a goal. And I agree, Declan Rice will play every game. He's got the captain material. He will drive that team. And then maybe that takes a bit of pressure off Odegaard and makes him get back to the form that he had a couple of seasons ago. But, yeah, I feel Tony Adams, if anyone knows who should be captain. And I think Mikel Arteta probably agrees with him deep down.
But I'll say, is it then hard when you've got one of your best players as captain to take that off him? Do you think Arteta might think it, but might be worried what that could do to Odegaard's mentality if he takes it off him?
He might think it, but it's a massive decision to make because Odegaard, how will he react from that? You might lose him as a player then, but Odegaard's got to do a lot more this season because losing out on the goals and assists that he normally gets for Arsenal, that could be the difference of Arsenal getting the title this season if Odegaard steps up. But you've got Ranieri ready. He signed a new contract. He must have been told, you know what, you're going to be a bigger part than you was last year.
Yeah.
Last year, Sterling was coming on before him in games. So I can imagine it's going to be a very interesting season.
I mean, the captaincy role now, I mean, really what is it? I think Odegaard's an outstanding player, an outstanding man as well. I think he's a very, very good leader. You see him out talking to the fans. You see him out doing his role off the pitch. And he actually is, I think he's perfect. I think he's kind of a perfect captain. He's had an off season, but I don't think you then strip him of that. He's not done anything particularly wrong. How long has he been captain, Sam? Is that 2 seasons?
Yeah, a couple of seasons
since
now,
Xhaka left, right?
Yeah.
Right, they've been building on both of those seasons. They've been building with him as captain, right? They've been progressing. They've not gone backwards. So why would you take that from him? Declan Rice is an outstanding leader as well, I'll give him that. But if Odegaard is going off, Declan will probably become captain if he's on the pitch, right? He'd take the armband and he keeps that vice captaincy. You might take that pressure away from Odegaard and then give it to Declan Rice. What if he has an off-season?
Declan Rice, though, strikes me as someone, though, that would, I think, relish that extra responsibility.
I agree.
You know, he's done it at West Ham. I know that Arsenal are challenging for leagues, but he's won a trophy at
Odegaard
West Ham.
doesn't.
England captain as well.
He's next after Harry Kane, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I don't see why you would take it from Odegaard when they've been building with him as a captain.
I mean, also, in terms of, obviously, you've got an official captain in terms of Martin Odegaard, but we hear now, don't we, a lot of players talking about kind of leadership groups and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think now inside football clubs that, OK, Odegaard is the one leading the team out, but whether it's Declan Rice, whether it's the 2 centre-halves, big characters, big personalities, there's naturally at these big teams lots of leaders in the dressing rooms giving team talks and contributing as well.
What would that do to a dressing room? What would that do to the Arsenal dressing room?
You think it could cause more harm than good, Shebahn, taking it off Martin Odegaard?
Definitely.
I don't think so. I feel that Declan Rice will be a player that everyone loves at Arsenal. And then when we was at Villa, you had leadership groups where there might have been 3 or 4 of you that were like captains, might have been a defender, striker, midfielder, whatever, goalkeeper. And everyone's sort of a captain on the pitch. There's no reason why, just because someone's got the armband on, they're taught the most. I could imagine Gabriel at the back is a leader, Raya at the back. Declan Rice as well will be a captain. Saka,
like Jorginho, Zinchenko with the club.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like everyone will be talking. I don't think you need to take the captaincy off Odegaard, but if you did, Declan Rice will be a standout candidate.
There's an Arsenal fan out in the office, by the way, George, who is
still crying.
He's like, why is Tony Adams saying this?
I'm so confused as to why he's
a club legend on the eve of a season coming up. It's great for us because we get to talk about it. But do you think that's bizarre that he's almost coming out with these big claims on the eve of a Premier League season?
Like you say, it's a good discussion to have. The floor is open for Arsenal fans. How do you feel about that, Sam? Thank you very much. Coming up next, we're going to hear from a Spurs fan who's delighted after that result last night. Random 03717 22 33 44. This is talkSPORT Breakfast Morning.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby. Agbonlahor with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. You know what, you are old school, aren't you?
I am. Why is that, Shebahn?
I just want to buy a coffee. Gabby always gets the coffees. You're so kind.
Yeah, but like I'm old school where, you know, ladies don't pay.
But you must be paying a fortune every day on coffees. Like, just let me get one.
No, women don't pay. I'm not like Brazil. Brazil love you pay for everything.
He doesn't mind. He'll always take a coffee.
Gabby, you can't do that. You can't split the bill. You cannot do that, Gabby.
I don't really split the bill, but I will happily.
I'll get the coffees, but I'll split the bill.
I'll buy a round.
We have a steak.
Oh, stay are you. Alan Brazil back with you on talkSPORT Breakfast tomorrow morning. But coming up for you today, we'll get some reaction to Spurs being Spursy with their former striker Mido, and host of The Final Word, DJ Majestic, is going to be here in the studio with us a little bit later on. We'll build up to the all-British heavyweight clash in Saudi Arabia this Saturday night with Dillian White's trainer, Buddy McGirt. Looking forward to that. Gabby will also give us his Premier League predictions, and we'll be having a lot of fun along the way. Let's hope. And there's not many things funnier than when Spurs prove to everyone that Spursy is alive and well.
Nuno Mendes is the PSG player that's trusted with completing the job. Can Vicario make the save? No, he can't. PSG have won it. 2-0 lead. But it's the European champions that have got over the line. Tottenham Hotspur heartbreak.
Just let me get the coffee.
Ah, no.
I brought cash and everything.
Woman can't pay, Mum. I should have been in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
I should have
old school.
Should have married you, Jimmy.
Not too late.
That was the winning moment there last night. Nuno Mendes scoring the penalty in the Super Cup on talkSPORT for you last night. But things looked like it would have been completely different for Spurs. It was crazy. They were 2-0 up, 5 minutes or something to go. And then there was the penalty shootout. They were 2-0 up in that as well. Their boss, Thomas Frank, saw the positives despite chucking it away.
I think if you played 2-2 against PSG, I think you take that. So I think that single result is good. Then if you then separate it, then you have a penalty shootout, we lost. So maybe we need to work on penalties. Maybe that's the thing to win a final. I think if everyone has said this will be a draw and we will lose on penalties, everyone will think, oh, that's quite impressive. And then if you look into the performance we actually put in and the shift the players put in, wow, what a mentality throughout the game. So a lot of things to be happy with.
In terms of the penalties last night, Gab, Mickey van de Ven missed his, Matthijs Tel missed his. Pretty poor penalty there, but I mean,
Terrible.
Vitinha's was shocking.
Yeah, Vitinha's, he was that concentrated on the keeper, he didn't look at the ball. And like that, I was quite happy that happened. And Tel, similar as well, silly run-up, stop and miss.
Yeah.
I enjoy it when players miss penalties and they do stupid run-ups. And you see the penalties to go in, Bentancur, just run straight to it, whip it in as hard as you can. Nuno Mendes penalty, whip it into the top corner. Ramos, bang, hard as you can down the middle. Stop with all these nonsense penalties.
Yeah, stop trying. It's awkward to watch. It's hard to watch.
For the younger generation to be cool, like, stop, because you kill yourself with your run up.
I feel
you
for
can't
Matthijs
get the para.
Matthijs Tel's getting a bit of a hard time, I think, on social media today. I mean, it's always the case when players miss penalties. You know, you do feel a bit sorry for him, but not to be in the end. Spurs fans, the floor is yours this morning. 03717 22 3344. You can give us a call. Are you focusing on the positives, or is Spursy still alive and well? We can get some reaction now from Italy with football journalist at the Times, Tom Allnut, is with us this morning. Tom,
Morning, Tom.
How's it
Morning,
going
guys.
out there? What's the vibe?
I went to bed about a few hours ago, so I'm just sort of waking up here. But no, all good. I mean, I thought it was a great match. I don't know how it looked on telly, but it was a great atmosphere in the stadium. And I thought it was for most of the game. Spurs, I thought with a better team. The plan was working, wasn't it, until that final 10 minutes? And I suppose you can look at it either way, really. I mean, I think PSG obviously are quality players, quality team. We know that, even despite that defeat to Chelsea, and they can do that to you in any moment. But I think overall it was an encouraging night for Tottenham.
I think for me, Tom, Spurs were very good. 3 centre-halves worked well together. I thought left-hand side, they had that side on lock. Jed Spence was fantastic, Van der Ven as well. I think the only way PSG were getting through, weren't they, were with Barcola on that left-hand side against Porro. But Sarr, Palhinha, and Bentancur worked their socks off. Kudus and Richardson held the ball up and were a threat. So there's a lot of positives to take. It's just when you hear that PSG were back only a week, it makes you think, was it as good as it looked, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it, with the kind of sharpness here. I mean, you'll know this a lot better than I do, Gabby. I mean, I think, in a way, PSG were obviously playing very competitive football about 3 or 4 weeks ago, weren't they? They went so deep in their season. Whereas Tottenham have sort of been in pre-season for longer. Equally, you're right. I mean, PSG's players only came back last week, and you'd imagine, they had a good break and went on holiday and had some margaritas and cheeseburgers for a while. So you would imagine that Spurs were probably a little bit more up to speed. I think that is definitely a fair caveat to make. That said, PSG played a very strong lineup. They've got 9 players in the 30-man Ballon d'Or list, and 7 of them were starting. So I mean, it's not as if they were sort of rotating and playing youngsters and trying things out. They were very much playing a first team that wanted to win the game. I mean, I agree with you. I thought that the shape that Spurs had was very good. I mean, maybe we'll talk about the set pieces, but I think one of the big surprises was them playing 3 at the back. And I think we saw this with Brentford, didn't we, under Thomas Frank in the early days in the Premier League. He often went to 3 at the back against the kind of bigger sides in the division, and I guess that was what he was trying to deploy last night. He called it in the press conference afterwards. He called it a special operation, which I quite liked. But actually, we know with Frank, don't we, that this is going to be the thing. This is going to be the big difference between him and Ange Postecoglou, really, that he's prepared to tweak the system, to change the tactics depending on the opponent, to come up with a special idea that they work on for a week, in training before the game, and then try and execute that in the match. Whereas, of course, with Ange, it was very much, this is how we play, this is our blueprint, we don't change for anyone. And it's going to be interesting because they sort of go from one extreme to the other, don't they? They're playing, PSG effectively away in Europe, and then on Saturday they're playing Burnley at home, and that'll be a completely different test for Frank. And in a way, I'm interested in that because we know that the Frank's Brentford was so good against the big teams in the Premier League. They had a really good record against the sort of big six, if you like.
Yeah.
But maybe sometimes drop points against the sides they were sort of expected to beat. So it's that thing. It's a bit like Unai Emery was a bit like this. I found it when I was covering him in Spain. Very good at coming out with plans against the big sides, but actually when it came to sort of beating the slightly lower teams and sort of almost imposing themselves on the game, that was where sometimes they came unstuck. Yeah. So it'll be really interesting to see how they approach that match against Burnley at the weekend.
Do you know what I did like, Tom? I did like the fact that they weren't ashamed to get the ball in the box, throw in set pieces. You've got a bigger, stronger, more aggressive team than PSG. Use that to your advantage. Football isn't just about getting the ball down and playing tiki-taka football. And how many goals did they score from it? 2? Could have scored 3 or 4, Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, I love this. You have PSG, this treble winners, won the Champions League, and after about 3 minutes, there was Kevin Danso going up to sort of launch a long throw into the box, and it was just chaos. It was chaos in the box. They were sort of scrambling it away, didn't know quite what to do, and that whatever level of football you're at,
good.
Yep. You can cause mayhem like that, can't you? And I think what's important to say as well is that it's not aimless. It's not just let's just stick it in the box and hope for the best. You can see there was a plan there. I think it was about the 4th minute. And Danso goes over to take the long throw, and Van der Ven and Romero both going up. It was just one player back. There was Porro on the edge of the box. You could see this was a very clearly worked move. And they brought in Andreas Georgeson, who's one of Frank's new assistants who he worked with at Brentford, and Georgeson is in charge of set pieces at Spurs. They've been working really hard on it in pre-season, throw-ins, corners, free kicks, because we know Brentford were right up there in terms of the best team in the league last year. Tottenham, opposite end of the table for set pieces, were right down the bottom for all the stats for set pieces. So it's going to be something that's going to be added to their game now. And as you say, why not? I mean, it's a way to score, isn't it? And I know what Frank thinks about this. He thinks it's on the bad days, sometimes it is that goal that wins you the game and makes the difference.
Yeah, Tom, all not there at the Times. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Both of you mostly focusing on the positives there, which refreshing to hear. The phone lines are open now for Spurs fans. How do you feel about that performance last night? Did you throw it away? 0371722 3344 is the number. Good morning to Dom, the Spurs fan. Dom, good morning to you. How are you feeling about that last night?
Morning, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you, buddy? All right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. I mean, as a Spurs fan, if you'd have offered me 2-2 before the game started, I'd have snapped your hand off at it. Obviously, it's disappointing to concede 2 with 5 minutes normal time plus stoppage to go. But, I mean, and everyone's saying it's Spursy. But correct me if I'm wrong, but Man City went 2-0 up against PSG and lost 4-2. And nobody seems to be making that kind of comparison. So I find it a bit frustrating. So, I mean, is it really Spursy when we lost against arguably the best team in the world on penalties? And look at the set pieces last year. I mean, obviously, you just mentioned set pieces. We were shambolic last year. We couldn't defend for toffee. And this year we were scoring from them and we didn't concede there was not even a clear-cut chance from a corner. So we were, the difference is so big compared to last season. We went toe-to-toe with the best team in the world and we lost on penalties. You've got to be positive about that.
Yeah. I think Dom, last night for me, so many positives. Look more harder to get chances against. I mean, I don't think PSG had a shot on target in the first half. That's how good Spurs defence was. Compact midfield three, making it hard for the midfield of PSG. But you will get the Spursy tag because you've lost 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, and it's a PSG team that were probably having margaritas, pina coladas 7 days ago on holiday.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, the thing is okay, they've only been back for a week, but they were playing against some of the best teams in the world only a few weeks ago as well. So it's not like they're going to be completely short of match fitness.
Yeah.
They've had 3 weeks off, though.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Gabby, you played at a reasonably high level.
Doesn't fall away overnight. You can't lose being some of the best team in the world overnight or in 3 weeks. I think it's easy to take it away from Spurs. I bet you if they'd won last night, people would have still said, well, that PSG team have only been in training for a week. Dom, I like that you're focusing on the positives as well. Have a good day. Coming up next for you on talkSPORT Breakfast, we'll bring you the exclusive interview we've done with England vice-captain Ollie Pope ahead of a huge Ashes winter. That's coming next. Good morning. Listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you today. A bit of Alphaville for you there, Gabs. Forever Young.
Tune.
That's a banger, isn't it?
Tune.
Rod Stewart's got a Forever Young as well there, just pure channeled in minor Alan Brazil. He's got a Forever Young and it's a beautiful song.
Yes. Touching words.
Sorry to confuse him there. We're playing that because there's a story in the papers today that'll be relevant for you very, very soon, Gab. You mentioned that your big 4-0 is next October.
Yes.
But apparently, men who hit 50 now have a wish list. Yoga, making sourdough bread, and wild swimming are on the wish list of men.
Wild swimming? That wouldn't be me.
Why not?
I'm not a swimmer.
Can you swim?
I can swim. I can survive. I can survive, Shebahn,
Do you know, this
for
is
like 3 minutes in the sea.
See, if I saw you swimming and it was hard to watch, I'd be like, oh, ick.
Would you?
Yeah. I get the ick when, like, people...
No, I can swim. I can swim. Don't get me wrong. I can swim probably, I'd say, 50 metres. Then I'm a bit like, oh, it's boring now.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, I'm not a big swimmer.
It's a life skill.
I know.
Get good at it.
I know. I need to.
See, when I watch Jamie swim, I'm just like, you're turning me off, big style,
Really?
man. He just looks like it's a struggle and his shoulders are up, touching his ears and... Ugh.
Just sometimes on holiday, though, I'll try and like do the proper swimming where, you know, your face is down and you're up to breathe and then
Yeah, I
you know,
love
like
that.
proper pro.
Love that.
Like a proper weirdo.
A nose peg and all that.
Yeah.
Swim cap. Cutting through the water. Michael Phelps. Travel, writing a book, hitting the gym, also make the top 20 must-do things
Write a book.
for men who hit 50. I'd love to get your tell-all book.
No. I'd have to go in hiding, probably. The
Mm.
amount of people that would like, Gabby, why did you say that? Why did you do that for? Why? Just let it go.
All the people you could do over in one book.
I know.
And then you'd be the most hated man.
Yes,
forever.
exactly.
Apparently, this article shows that men are ageing much slower nowadays. What ingredients go into sourdough bread, Gabs?
I'm not a fan of sourdough bread.
Yeah, but what ingredients go into it?
I don't know. I don't know. Flour. I don't know. Egg.
It's a good start, yeah.
Is that both right?
I would say so. I don't know. I'm acting like I'm
Flour,
ready. I've
egg.
not got a clue.
Bread. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
Anything on your wish list before you turn 40 or your bucket list?
More time off, like Alan. Yeah.
Get off the cross.
I want same holiday as Alan. Year holiday.
You
No.
need to be doing this for 27 years before you can,
Before
you can earn that many
we
holidays.
get 3 months holiday
Yeah.
out of a year. No, nothing for me really. Just travel to different places. Try like I love Croatia. Been going there last couple of years. I want to try different locations, not just going to Spain and then Portugal.
What about a language or something?
No.
English?
No, English. Yeah. Scottish. Georgie.
Georgie. Get in
Geordie.
the bin.
Geordie.
Right, moving on for you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast, and yesterday I sat down with England vice-captain Ollie Pope to look back on that crazy series with India, which absolutely gripped the nation. England lost the final test and the series finished 2-2. So I asked Ollie Pope how he feels about it all now that he's had time to sit and reflect on it.
Yeah, I think at the time, it still hurts. I think not getting the win, of course it does. And I remember kind of walking off the pitch, and it was probably, and chatting to the other guys as well, it was one of the most sort of flattening feelings that I've experienced. But then you kind of step away from it and go, wow, that was an amazing series. I think the Indian team came in after, and I think they were in within probably 45 minutes of the game finishing, and kind of just chatting about the series, chatting about different moments of the series, and then getting outside of the cricket bubble and talking to sort of family and friends, and even just going to, I guess I just grabbed my local coffee and someone just was like, what an amazing series it was. So I guess, look, we're massively disappointed to not get the win at the Oval of Manchester, where we feel like we could have and potentially should have won. But once you step away from it and kind of let the emotions settle, I think what it's done for Test cricket's awesome. And yeah, it hurts, but I guess it was kind of over 7 weeks. There's a lot of graft. So to end up 2-2, I guess a lot say it was a fair result, and both teams had their chances along the way.
Talk to us about the work that you're doing with KP Snacks and the Everyone In campaign, please.
Yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, they're the official team partner of the 100, which is awesome. And I think that their main thing is getting the families involved and getting kids involved. And by installing, I think it's 100 pitches around the country, which is awesome. And that just encourages, I guess, the healthy lifestyle and more kids playing cricket and just having it easily accessible to them, so they don't have to travel an hour for a net or for a match and anything like that. And I think obviously in London as well, I think there's I think there's 19 pitches within 20 miles of Lords, which is great. Something in London that you miss a little bit is, I guess, the green, the grass area, which isn't as easily accessible. So having 19 within 20 miles is great, and hopefully that can just provide the opportunity for kids and families to get outside and get playing as much cricket as they can.
What a lovely guy. That's England batsman Ollie Pope speaking to talkSPORT Breakfast, all thanks to KP Snacks and their Everyone In campaign, which aims to inspire and enable more families and communities to get more active through cricket and create more opportunities for people to get involved and have a healthier lifestyle through sport. He was an absolute treat to speak to. You can hear more of that interview tomorrow. On talkSPORT Breakfast. Sam Ellard is with us now, Mr. Cricket, talkSPORT man himself.
Yeah, I never thought, by the way, I'd read this out on national radio within regards to cricket. The ECB has turned down Timar Mill's request to put OnlyFans logo on his bat for the 100 competition. Now, we know that the subscription website is known for hosting adult content, but Mills, who is the leading wicket taker in the 100, says the material on his channel is completely safe. When announcing he joined the platform last week, the content he wants to give subscribers is a closer, more personal look into life as a professional cricketer, adding, "It's all about sharing my passion with you in a new way." So he hasn't had the OnlyFans logo on his bat, and apparently the ECB has denied that request because they say OnlyFans does not align with the family-friendly values promoted by the 100. I never even knew, by the way, on a serious note, that was even a thing that kind of on OnlyFans, that the sports stars, lots of athletes will use that as an opportunity to almost take you behind the scenes, Gabby. And I guess that's, a good idea, and people might like the idea of going behind the scenes and following Timar Mills through the 100, right?
So would he be charging for that?
Yeah. I believe you have to pay to watch it.
Yeah, I can see the reason why, Yeah, I can see cricket, family sports, Sam.
Money though, and it's clean. I actually didn't know until this conversation came up yesterday that OnlyFans wasn't exclusively adult content. I always thought it was.
Yeah, same.
Anytime we talk about OnlyFans, it's about adult content. Are people losing their jobs because they're on OnlyFans?
Right.
But if he's not posting that kind of thing, then I don't really see what the massive issue is.
Yeah, maybe they just think it's not
good.
The
name OnlyFans?
Yeah, they might think if a young kid puts on the 100 for the first time,
or if they go and find out what OnlyFans
on the bat, exactly, maybe that. Yeah, just out of interest, guys, if we did something like that on, going talkSPORT behind the scenes, stuff like that, what do you think that goes on behind the scenes here at talkSPORT that nobody would see? What is the most interesting thing for a talkSPORT listener to be able to watch on?
Can we say it on air?
Well, keep it clean, but go on, what do you reckon, Gabby?
Probably the moaning from presenters. the high level moaning about everything.
I think my favourite bit would genuinely be the 2-minute Alan Brazil entry before he comes on air, where he gets in at 6 o'clock and then he just spends 2.5 minutes moaning about basically anything that comes into his mind. Yeah. I'd pay good money to watch that.
Do you know what? Let's just film it and we'll put it on TikTok.
Should we do that? No, on OnlyFans.
or in fact, start your OnlyFans.
You seem very
I'd subscribe.
Excited about OnlyFans, Sam. You seem pro OnlyFans?
100%. I love it. Because you can
love it. What you love about it?
Because you can watch exclusive content from Timar Mills taking you behind the scenes during the 100. What's not to like about that?
Is that the only thing you want to watch?
I'm not paying, Gabby. I'm not paying. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. Is that the only thing that you would watch on there?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Stuttering.
Yeah.
Stuttering there, Sam.
It's funny because you can watch that on YouTube and you don't
Your
have
phone
to
keeps...
You little creep. We see you, Sam. See right
What's that
through
link?
your belt.
Absolutely not. No chance.
Sam Ellard, thank you very much. He is single and ready to mingle. Coming up next for you in talkSPORT Breakfast, we're going to turn our attention to Leeds United and that news that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is set to sign for them. Why are Leeds fans so angry about this? We'll discuss it next on talkSPORT.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick? We're going to take a look at why we're not seeing them anymore and explain a bit about how they work. The knuckleball peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason Mount.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air, causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Hitting by the valve helps with that short contact time as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckleballs much anymore? It's because players are being told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season there's been a 10% reduction in players shooting from free kicks in the Premier League. And in 23-24, a record low of 11 free kicks found the back of the net. And the knuckleball, though spectacular, is imprecise, which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
Morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with just a few clicks. They make buying your next car easy. Now, it's time for this morning.
Honestly, what a tune, Shebahn. California. You know, sing this.
What's it take you
Please
back?
don't tell me you don't know this.
I know, of course I know it. Somebody. Snoop.
City of Compton. I'm not even telling you. You don't deserve to be told.
Oh, of course, Tupac.
Oh, no. Can't come now because they've told you.
Oh, bothered.
Proper music back in the day.
Yeah, it's a tune, to be fair. I turned full Jeff Stelling there, didn't
Imagine just like,
Who?
Shebahn, driving through LA with this on. Your car with your friends on the way to the club.
Yeah,
Like it
that's
was about in your 20s.
what me and the girls do. We'd look like a proper bunch of weapons. Yes, the NFL returns to Wembley in October at the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to be taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and our competition to win VIP tickets is now open. By the way, the NFL quarterback show has me now. It is so good. The new series of the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not into the NFL, to be honest.
I know, but neither am I. But the quarterback.
The quarterback show's good.
Yeah.
Worth watching.
Kirk Cousins.
What channel?
I love you. What channel? Get in the bin. Netflix. We're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box at Wembley Stadium for this game. Full hospitality. Plus, maybe the best bit for you, $5,000 spending money as well. This is great. Here's how you can enter. 18 plus at UK, excluding Northern Ireland, for a chance to win. All you have to do is text the word cash at CASH to 83338 and then you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission as always, or you can enter by free for call in this number 0330 880 3338. That's 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 25th of August at 11 p.m. Don't forget, this is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations, and you can get our full terms and conditions on the website at talksport.com. Good luck for that.
Who's screaming?
Who's screaming?
Oh, Hoochie screaming. I tell you what.
That's what you call me. Oh, Hoochie. Old Hochin. Right, okay. It looks like this England striker has a brand new club.
Ball deep towards the far post. Dominic Calvert-Lewin rises highest at the far post, and Everton take a 2-goal lead, and they just have torpedoed Liverpool's hopes of giving Jurgen Klopp the perfect send-off.
Do you know what Hochin means in Glasgow? No. Hochin means like stinking. Like,
is it?
She's Hochin.
It's stinking.
Right, anyway, talkSPORT understands that Dominic Calvert-Lewin has agreed to join newly promoted Leeds United, having left Everton on a free transfer following a 9-year period and 274 Toffees appearances. Calvert-Lewin could make his debut against Everton this Monday night, live and exclusive for you here on talkSPORT. But Leeds fans on social media not very happy with the whole signing at all, if he is going to be their main striker. Gab's no taken away from Dom Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player, but injuries are an issue, right?
Yes, I think if you're the physio's medical department at Everton, you're probably like excited for him to leave. And that sounds a bit harsh, but spent too much time in the treatment room. Injuries. And I'd be interested to see what the deal is with Leeds, because Callum Wilson at West Ham, I can imagine it's a low basic wage and maybe big appearance fee. It wouldn't surprise me if Leeds have tried to get a similar offer to Calvert-Lewin. So if he plays football, he'll get the money that maybe he deserves. But if he's on the treatment table again, then it's not costing them silly money financially.
Oh man, you'd hope that it's going to be okay for him.
I hope so.
He's been really struggling, bless him. Joining us now for more on this move is Calvert-Lewin's impending move and Leeds' season ahead is ex-striker Ross McCormack. Ross, good to have you on talkSPORT.
Good morning, Ross.
Breakfast.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Yeah, good to have you here, Ross. Gab's been mugging you off before you've come on here already. We'll get to that in just a second.
Never, Ross. I just told her about some of the teams you played for, Ross. All of them.
There's some things I thought I would never see. Gabby Agbonlahor dancing at 7:30 a.m. is up there.
A sight for sore eyes.
That used to be me all the time on a Sunday early morning, Ross, in Birmingham.
Ross, good to have you with us. I mean, what's your initial thoughts on Calvert-Lewin then to Everton? To Leeds, sorry.
Do you know what? It's pretty much as you've just said there yourself. It's on the face of it, it's a good deal. I think it's a free transfer, but the big thing is keeping him fit, isn't it? I mean, they've went from Patrick Bamford's there, who's he's similar. He's a really good player, but he just can't stay fit. They're desperate for that number 9 to lead the line. Calvert-Lewin would be a great fit if he is fit, but it remains to be seen whether he can do that or not. I think he'll fit well into the Leeds team. They've got wingers that put a lot of crosses into the box, fullbacks as well, so the ammunition will be there for him. It's just that $1 million question: can he stay fit? I think Gabby's right. I don't think there'll be a massive outlay on wages unless, again, as I said, he stays fit. But yeah, let's see how it goes.
I think as well, Ross, you've got to go back to 2020-2021 season where he got 16 goals in the Premier League. Last season, 3 goals in 26 appearances. Season before, 7 goals in 32. Season before that, 2 goals in 17. So his goal-scoring boots haven't been on for 4 or 5 years. Leeds will hope that with the service he can get from wide, that he can get the goal-scoring boots back on.
Yeah, they've got to hope that. And also sometimes a change of environment does a lot for players. He might go there, feel fresh, feel alive again. He might have felt maybe he was going a little bit stale at Everton towards the end, last couple of years. But he'll certainly, if he's fit, he will get chances. But you know, it's just whether he can stay fit and take them chances, Gabby. I think for me, if I was going to go down that route, I would probably have preferred. I've said this before to you, probably Gabby, on the show, that I would have liked Leeds to have went and got Callum Wilson.
Yes.
Do you know what? I listened to the High Performance podcast with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and what I like about him, since we know he's been leaving Everton and the contract's run out, and it's not been a good end to him there at the Toffees, is that he's put himself out there and he's telling people that, I know where we've gone wrong now. He's saying all the different things, where the injuries came from, how they've tried to rectify it. So if he is the best version of himself, he's an excellent striker. I would say if God willing he stays fit, Leeds fans will be grateful.
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt that he's a very good striker. I was going to say, you've got to be a good striker if you get in the England squad, but there's someone sitting at that table.
Shots fired. By the way,
I'm only kidding.
Old Firm, Ross. Old Firm. I think the first one's on the 7th of September. Who are you supporting?
Oh, you're trying to get me into trouble here.
Well, you brought it up, Ross.
I just told her that you played for Rangers, Ross.
I'm a Leeds fan, aren't I?
I tell you what, Ross, you're an absolute disgrace.
What about Ross? What about one of your other old teams, Fulham? There's been a bit of frustration from their fans about lack of players coming in, lack of ambition for a top manager. Do you worry about Fulham this season?
I don't worry in terms of relegation.
No.
Trying to replicate obviously the highs of last season will be difficult for them. I think they will, just for a freshness as well. They probably need one or two in. But I think they'll be fine. It's just, when you get to a certain level in the Premier League, that you want to try and kick on. Aston Villa obviously had a right go and they got into the Champions League and stuff.
Yes.
Now I'm not saying Fulham could do that, but why not have the ambition and actually have a go at doing that? But I think they'll be fine.
Ross, it's good to speak to you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Ross. Look after yourself, pal.
Yeah,
no problem.
Good to speak to you.
Top man, Ross.
Up the Celts, former Leeds striker Ross McCormack with us here on talkSPORT Breakfast, and still to come for you this morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Dr. Spurs, calling Dr. Spurs. Dr. Spurs, can I have a win now? Points, please. Dr. Spurs, calling
Shocking.
Dr. Spurs. Dr. Spurs, can I have a win now?
Another absolute banger from Majestic. Tottenham threatened to emulate Chelsea's emphatic win over PSG in the Club World Cup exactly a month prior, but it wasn't to be last night in the UEFA Super Cup. They lost in the end in penalties. The man behind this tune, Majestic, will be joining us live in the studio at 8 o'clock. Will he sack off the journey after defeat? You can find out very, very shortly. Spurs fans, the floor is yours. 03717 223344. Is the Spursy tag back already? That was our look ahead to talkSPORT Breakfast with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Good morning, party people. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor. Hope you're having a good Thursday. If you're getting your A-level results today, good luck to you. But
Big day.
Don't worry, as Gabby and I have said earlier on this morning, it's not all about results, okay?
Yeah, there's no A-levels in his building.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's the criteria on here. Be thick as dog meat and you'll get
Ollie
a job.
Pope, the producer, got 1 C. So he's got 1 C in his A-levels.
And they spent money on his education as well.
I know, private school.
Private school.
Yep.
1 C. He turned around yesterday and went 2 A stars if you're asking.
But you know what Alan says to
No
him?
asking, pal.
Alan's like, you're a disappointment, you are, to your family. You know that. All the money they spent. And look what you're doing. You're working here.
You made it in the Premier League. That's not a disappointment. But listen, the advice I'll give you is learn to make a good cup of tea, learn how to have a conversation and hold eye contact. You'll be all right if your exams are an absolute disgrace today. Right, what do we know this Thursday? 6-time winners Manchester United will visit League 2 Grimsby Town in the second round of the Carabao Cup, Gabby.
Gosh, all the best.
Don't be a giant killing. Just don't do it. England batter Joe Root says David Warner's pre-Ashes sledge is all part of the fun and believes he is in a better place to score his first Test century in Australia this winter. And talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook caught up with the head of the PGMOL, Howard Webb, yesterday. And Webb explained how the referees are preparing for the new season ahead.
Audacity.
For any football fan up and down the country, the eve of a new season's probably the most exciting time when you've got all that anticipation, that expectation about how the season's going to go. And for us, it's mainly been about making sure that all of our team are ready and prepared for that first whistle. We've been working hard over the last few weeks to make sure that the guys are in top physical shape, all prepared technically, mentally going into this season, and we're really looking forward to it.
Prepared for the first whistle. What about the last whistle? Manchester United versus Aston Villa, when that referee blew his whistle too early and Morgan Rogers scored a perfectly top goal.
that.
Where was that last night? Or why did I get told about that?
Did they ever get back to your letter?
No.
Did Howard Webb not
That's what I'm
reply?
saying. Where was that last night? I would have went. Howard? You get my letter, Howard?
Apparently you were on the board list.
I bet I was.
Yeah.
Agbonlahor, not allowed.
I hope it's a better
Shocking
performance from refs in the season ahead. Howard Webb also revealed yesterday that VAR may rule on yellow cards in the future. Thoughts on that, Gabs? We discussed it a wee while ago, hadn't we?
What?
The VAR may rule on yellow cards in the future. So VAR.
When's it going to end?
I think that's a good thing. If it's wrong, then they interject.
Yeah, but like it's more of VAR controlling the game. Let a referee decide. If it's a yellow, referee has got that authority. Before we know it, we'll probably have robots refereeing games.
Yeah.
Come on, let the ref do the job. God's sake.
All right.
Howard Webb.
Grumpy Grant over there. Right, we've dragged in single Sammy alert from
no.
OnlyFans because it's time for a little bit of
I'm
matchmaking.
not in the mood for matchmaking anymore. Howard's ruined my mood.
Come on then.
Hurry up.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
A 36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello. Oh. What's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise. Crack, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time, that's what I was doing.
At the time.
Sammy.
Good morning. How are we? Should we get swiping? Are you ready to have a swipe? Should we try and match some football players with some football team? This isn't about me. This is about trying to match football players and football teams on a Thursday morning.
Are you on Tinder though?
Yes, I think we've established, haven't we? I am on Tinder. Yes, I am.
Do you know when you meet them in real life? Are they the same as their profile pictures or a different person?
No, I've never met a different person. It's always been the same person.
They don't look the same in person?
No, 90% of them look pretty much the same. Yeah,
you walk into the date and then just turn around and be like, that's not you, mate. Like, this isn't you.
Yeah,
what's going on here?
I put the phone next to their head and sort of work out what's going on.
That's not you.
They might think the same about me.
Yeah, true.
No.
I once got pulled up by... how tall do you think I am, if you had to have a guess?
5'4".
Oh, no.
5'2".
No, on a serious note.
5'7" max.
Okay, yeah, so fine. I had 5'10" for a while on my profile.
Why would you lie?
Well, I wasn't lying. I thought I was 5'10". Then I think I later learned But I wasn't 5'10".
Did you think you were 22
when
as well?
I dated, yeah, when I went with a girl who was 5'10", and she was obviously much taller than me.
Did you walk in and she was
That was
like,
fun.
It can't be him. It can't be him.
Are you on Tinder?
5'10". No, mate.
He's
no.
engaged.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks so much. Tinder, mate. I don't
Is that
believe
new?
in their maps, no.
You don't believe in that?
Didn't believe in it like a year ago.
Like 90. Yeah. How do you meet your partner?
I don't believe in them, but look.
How did you meet your fiancée? Tinder.
No, Tinder.
In real life?
Real life, mate. At a bar. You all right, babe? What's going on? I'm Jay Moira. You know what I mean? He's like Spurs.
Is that your go-to line? You all right, babe?
No.
No, you can't say
you're,
that.
No, you all right, babe? Fancy a drink?
Sam, never say
Fancy
that.
a margarita?
Never say you're
Where
right,
did you meet your
babe.
partner, Shebahn?
I met Jamie when Rusha, my sister, was playing at Arsenal Youth, and I went to visit her one weekend. I met him.
And what, he was just living in the area at the
He was
same
in
time?
St Albans, where I met her.
So were you in a bar, in a cafe, at the actual game?
It's a long story.
Oh, is it?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, we were friends for years, but you know, he was creeping around, wasn't he?
So friends, but he was always sliding
He
in those
wore me
DMs.
down. Basically.
wore you down?
Wore me down, and then I was like, okay, I'll marry you.
Okay, I like
Sam,
that.
just
There
go
we
to a bar, like Alan Brazil gave you some advice recently. Go to a bar, and just go. You see a girl you like, and say, "You all right, babe? Fancy a drink?"
Why do you keep doing it in the accent?
Stop
Why
with the
can't you
babe
say
chat.
that in your normal voice?
I'm trying to say your voice.
Why'd you have to say you're right, babe, in a Cockney accent?
Don't listen to me, mate.
All right, you know what? I'll give it a go tonight. Thursdays and new Fridays. We're making happen tonight.
Final question: have you got a date planned?
Yeah, possibly.
Who's it with? Show us a picture. Give us the name.
A 7:57.
All right.
Mark Gahey, age 25, height 6 foot. Could
He's lovely.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. Could Gahey be a match for Liverpool? He's got 1 year left on his contract. talkSPORT understands that Gahey remains content to see out the final year of his Palace contract. Palace valuing Gahey in excess of £40 million. Gahey to Palace, swiping left or swiping right?
I'm swiping left. I feel wait till the summer, and you'll have more options then, and you get a free transfer.
You know what it's like, Shebahn. You swipe left, the next one comes up immediately. Here's Savinho, age 21, height 5'9". Is there a possible match, Savinho to Spurs? Spurs are set to further test City's resolve over Savinho in a bid to bolster their attacking armoury. City thought to only be entertaining offers of more than £50 million. So Savinho to Spurs. Are we swiping left or are we swiping right, team?
You've got to swipe right.
I don't know. Do they need Savinho? I feel like they need an Eze, a number 10. Off the left, Savinho, they've got Kudus.
You'd be putting your money to Eze first.
Yeah.
You would be.
I'm going to swipe left. I feel like they've got Johnson, they've got Tal, Odeber, Kudus as wingers. Maybe they need a number 10.
Good, you're picky, aren't you, Gabby?
Yeah.
I am, you know what I mean?
Picky.
Got that drink back, baby.
You don't look like your pictures, babe. Give me that back. But with Tinder, here comes another one.
Oh.
Jadon Sancho to perhaps, well, maybe anybody at the moment. Maybe me and him are in a similar boat. We're not too fussy. Age 25, height 5'11". Set to reject a reunion with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Besiktas as he holds out for a move to Italy. He wants Italy, and Juventus are expected to be interested. So Jadon Sancho to, well, pick anybody,
One
Gabby.
second,
here.
though. If he's 5'11", I'm 7 foot, mate.
Oh, maybe that was from the last one I did.
Are you lying like
No,
is Sancho lying like you, mate, about his height? You're taller than Sancho.
Do you reckon?
Wind me up.
He does. You've got ads on
It
it.
says here on his Wikipedia page, Jadon Sancho's 5'11".
These poor girls that are meeting these guys. I'm 6'3", turn up and they're like 5'4".
How tall are you?
I'm like 6 on the dot, mate.
You're not 6 foot.
Gabby's a
mate.
big fella.
I'm 6 foot, mate. You know what I
Hold on
mean?
a minute, Sam. In what world do you think you're bigger than Gabby? You're next to him right now. We have eyes. We can see. Gabby, you swiping left or right for Sam?
Don't look on Wikipedia. I probably said I'm 5'4".
Where are you swiping,
5'11".
5'11".
Wikipedia. And it says you're 38.
When I used to have hair.
You're
I had a
38.
tough life,
I'm
mate,
so
but-
stupid. You're 38.
I'm 38.
You
yeah.
actually?
Right, we're out of control. Sam, bring up the girl who you're seeing in your next date, and we'll discuss it with you.
Go on,
Coming
babe.
up next on talkSPORT
Fancy a drink?
Breakfast. Our Spursy back. We'll ask their super fan and talkSPORT host, Majestic, next. Good morning.
Everyone knows there are 20 managers in the Premier League, yeah? Well, actually, no. Around 3/4 of them are not managers. The terms manager and head coach are often used interchangeably to describe Premier League bosses, but they're actually two different jobs. So let's explain how and why. For years, fans referred to Mikel Arteta as Arsenal's manager, but I'm afraid technically...
I don't think so, no.
From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025 there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you until 10 o'clock. With Arnold Clark, you can get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Now though, just no matter how hard they try, Spurs will always be Spursy, baby.
Spurs lead in the Super Cup by a goal to nil. And it's Van der Ven.
Spurs are back. You're back where?
Spurs are back.
Back where?
We're back amongst
Back amongst what?
Spurs in dreamland in Udine. They lead by 2-0.
Spurs are back. You've got to win it all. We're coming, Man City. We're coming. We're going to win it all.
Dr. Spurs, Spurs, calling Dr. Spurs. Dr. Spurs, can I have a win now?
This game on again. It's PSG 1, Tottenham 2.
This is the real Spurs. This is what we want to see.
It's a cross in for Ramos, who's headed it in for 2-2.
Wow.
Oh, you're the gift that keeps on giving.
Spurs 5 minutes away in the Super Cup with a 2-0 lead. But it's the European champions that have got over the line. Tottenham Hotspur heartbreak.
Really making us longer than PSG. They've come back and won the Super Cup final.
You're just Spurs. Been telling you that for
Do me a
years.
favour.
It's who you are, mate.
Will we ever stop being Spursy?
Aww.
I was listening last night.
That's shocking. 8 o'clock in the morning, Spurs fans waking up for a little bit of a pick-me-up and we were just smashing them about.
I wanted to go sleep last night after the game. I said, I'll put the sports bar on. It was like 10:15, waiting for it to come on, and like Condi was absolutely buzzing. He can't stand them, can he? Oh.
And you know what? Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy back together in the sports bar for the first time in I think about a month, and what a night to have it as well. Good to have the lads back there with you tonight, back on talkSPORT, the sports bar. We're going to speak to Majestic very soon, but Spurs, if you have just joined us, we're 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go, and being 2-0 up in the penalty shootout, Dr. Spurs delivered once again, and PSG went on to win the Super Cup. And speaking of doctors, Spurs boss Thomas Frank gave a very odd analogy of the performance afterwards.
Day after, I guess, the Bayern game, it was already. I knew that we had to do something a little bit different against PSG. So it was like a special operation, and it was medical terms. The operation succeeded, but the patient died. So it was not that good in the end. But no. So we worked on a game plan that was a little bit different, and very, very close to succeed.
The patient died. All the positives there from Thomas Frank last night. I'm just picturing now Ange Postecoglou in Greece in that video of him being fed steak at the steak restaurant.
Bottle, please. Not a bottle of red, please.
Get that right into you. Before we speak to our very own Spurs fan, Majestic, we're going to head straight to the phone lines now. 03717 223344. Lewis, the Man United fan, is with us now. Lewis, be nice, okay? How are you today?
Morning, Lewis.
Oh, I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to rub it in. I mean, this is classic Spursy, isn't it? You know, it's like, as Cundy just said there, this is the real Spurs we saw last night.
They beat you, though, in the final.
Yeah, but that was a fluke, a one-off.
It wasn't
Gabby,
a fluke, mate. They were the better team.
They played rubbish that night, and they were lucky that Aherne got it all wrong on the night, and they won with a scabby goal as well. That was a complete anomaly, mate. You know, you look back for decades, what they did last night is what they do best. Right? Cundy got it right. Look, I heard some people saying it wasn't Spursy because it was against the Champions League. And of course it was. This is classic Spursy. 2-0 up with a few minutes to go and they lose. I was laughing my head off. Absolutely brilliant that was. And do you know what? It's made me more annoyed because I was annoyed that we lost that final in May, because you're thinking, come on, it's just Spurs, and we lost it.
You sound like you should be a Spurs fan, not Man United.
After seeing them last night, Gabby, you know, you think, oh, how did we lose to that lot? Anyway, forget Spurs, right? They blew it. United, Gabby, right? We are never going to finish fourth. I don't know where Jeff Stelling's got that from, fourth. For this season, no chance. And you're spot on, Gabby, right? With our shambles of a goalkeeper and defence, we've got no chance. Just because we've improved up top with adding some goals.
You'll finish top 10 though.
Oh, Lewis.
It's all rubbish.
But,
you know?
I think you'll finish top 10, won't you?
Lewis, man, it's a Thursday morning, man. Where's the positivity? New season, new goals. Let's go for it, Lewis. Thank you very much for your call. A very dejected Spurs fan is sitting with us now. The host of The Final Word, DJ Dejected Majestic, is with us. Morning.
I'm not that dejected. See where it reads, PSG beat Spurs to win the Super Cup. I think most people thought that, didn't they? I know it was 2-0 up, etc. But I'm just not, listen, even though I'm the one that made the Dr. Spurs song for a bit of fun last year to keep our spirits high on a Sunday, I'm not having the Spursy one back. And I'm not having any Arsenal fan messaging me about, like, won a European trophy. I'm still buzzing. I'm going to take that buzz for the next year. And as for the Man United fan there with that really heavy Mancunian accent, I couldn't hear much. I didn't have my headphones in. You're not in Europe. We're in the Champions League. I've got a lot to look forward to. Do you know what the most Spursy thing is? More than Spurs' lost last night. I was on a plane back, right? I'm flying home from my holiday so I can do the Inside Spurs podcast for talkSPORT later. And when I was taking off, we were 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And I literally said to the lads in the group chat, this is how we know. Please, just let me land and us have another trophy under our belts. It'd be brilliant. But it is what it is. Listen, PSG, only a week back. Listen, different class, different level of players to us, etc. But there was a lot of positives to take. But like I said, the Spursy one, I'm not having it.
I think as well, Spurs made changes. They treated it as well the last 10-15 minutes as we've got a big game Saturday. First Premier League game of the season. And we take a few players off. Burnley at home. And loads of positives. I mean, the midfield three were fantastic. Sarr, probably the best game I've seen him have. Palhinha, Bentancur was working his socks off. They looked organised in that formation. No gaps in behind, no high line.
Well, yeah.
So there was many positives, wasn't there?
Yeah, and overly Shebahn, this is a bit of a one for Thomas Frank and the team to go to Daniel Levy. Look, this is about strength and depth, especially going into competitions next year.
Need to get Eze.
Oh, 100%. Go and get that done now. Because perhaps if we did win, all of a sudden Levy's thinking, hang on, I might get away with this one again now. The thing is, right, we keep going, and I heard that clip from the sports bar last night of the fans going nuts. And it's just like, look, go and get a couple more players in, especially if Madder's out for pretty much the whole season. Kulu's still not back. We've got to improve that sort of the front line as well. You have more depth, because when you're looking at that bench, it was a great starting lineup. You look at the bench and think, there's some experience there. We still got them to develop. So, listen, I just like the way Thomas Frank set up last night as well, and just going into that game with a game plan.
Yeah.
And as he said in that really strange comment about the great surgery, but the patient died. It's never a good thing. If you're a surgeon and you're like, it's really good, but unfortunate. Imagine coming out.
That was great.
It was great, but he's not with us anymore.
Say sorry to the family. Sorry, it just didn't go well. Yeah,
How do you feel?
move on.
How do you feel about the fact that PSG were on holiday like 6 days before that game last night and then still went on?
Wasn't you DJing for them at one of their parties?
Possibly. No, but you know what? It's one of them things, like, I swear it's been the weirdest pre-season ever. I just felt like there's been no gap for football at all. I've not missed football this summer. I like to miss football, so when it's back, I'm excited. It's been so much football. But at the end of the day, you got to doff our caps to Chelsea, who won the Club World Cup and battered them 3-0. We was 2-0 up against them, couldn't get the job done. But again, it shows the difference in squads.
Do you think as well, Solanke, he got 9 Premier League goals last season. Do you need a top striker to match Solanke to push him to go on to better? Because you're playing Champions League now. No offence to Richarlison, can do a job now and then, but you don't want to be going the season with Richarlison if Solanke got a long-term injury.
I hear what you're saying. I definitely think we need a bit of strength up there. One thing I'd say, just in comparison, we were talking about this on Sunday, me and Pards, yeah? Sheshko's coming. Man United fans very excited about that. And I think we're all excited to see him in the Premier League. 13 goals in the Bundesliga last year. 9 goals in the Premier League for Solanke, which is a hard defeat, do you think?
Oh, Solanke's for sure.
So it's like, out there right now, this is why people are so... Gabby, get the boots back on, mate, because we need strikers. It's just...
That's the thing, you had the best in the world, and with no disrespect to Dom Solanke, they are hard boots to fill.
Of course they are. I said this yesterday, Kane's a generational talent, or you're not going to replace him.
Exactly. Madge, what's your prediction this season for Spurs?
I think if you get into Europe this season is going to be an ideal scenario. Top 7. The Premier League is so hard, and this year is going to... From when Liverpool have done what they've done, I know big up to Palace for the weekend, but when they've done what they've done, they've then moved the bench marker even higher again. And again, Arsenal, of course, now, who we've said for the last few years, they're so close to winning. They've got that final piece of the puzzle. It's going to be interesting to see what they do this season.
Fair enough. And Ibiza, you finished now? Is that the season over? How long?
Still till October.
Oh my
wow!
Closing parties are October.
Look,
I bought my sunglasses just for you, Shebahn.
Oh no!
I was going to wear them during our chat.
People in day clubs and beach clubs wearing the glasses.
No, the night you wouldn't have in the night.
Day's fine. Obviously, nightclubs glasses.
Yeah, nightclub glasses, or even during here in the studio.
You know, like
glasses are fine if you're not meant to be out.
Not in a club.
If you're not meant to be out.
Get in the bin, Gab.
Oh, come on.
Come on, you're giving too much.
Hiding from the missus.
Madge, we love you. You're back on the final word with Alan Pardew.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm doing the Inside Spurs podcast for talkSPORT today with Dan Ambrose.
Lovely. You can watch that on the talkSPORT YouTube channel as well. Majestic. Thank you very much. Coming up for you on talkSPORT Breakfast is A-level results day. Nerves, jangles. So as we do every year, we're going to find out just how well Gabby would do if he sat his A-levels today.
Here we go.
That'll be fun. Morning.
Here we go. Algebra.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Agbonlahor. Who sings it?
No idea, but I like the housey version of this.
What's the housey version of this?
It's like it turned into a proper...
Tiesto or something?
Yeah, proper house beat. Unreal song back in the day.
It's Pink Floyd, by the way. You don't know who Pink Floyd are.
No. Never heard of him.
Gabby.
What?
We're just about to do an A-level test.
I know. I'm a two-pack sort of guy. Like earlier.
I'm sure.
B.I.G. Usher. Drake.
We should play
Chris Brown.
more of that, to be fair.
Yeah, good luck with that.
More good rappers. Okay, a big day for all the kiddies out there. It's A-level results day. Just remember, your results won't define you for the rest of your life. Is this it? Is this?
Yeah, come on.
Do you need to cue it up with a beat, my bud?
This is it. This is more like it. Turn it up, Ed. You ready?
Okay.
Bushwhackers back in the day. Nightclub in Birmingham. Everyone got there at 1 a.m. till like 6, 7 a.m. Ready?
Sounds like Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Bit you know. You ready?
I take it. Were you doing that head bob in the club?
Yes.
It's amazing you've got children.
I know.
I can't believe she fell for that.
I know. I need to grow up. In my 20s, that was the vibe.
Bobbing head in the back of the cars.
Yeah. Straight after the game, get yourself out. Bit of this at 3 a.m.
That's what the kids need to learn. Nobody's at nightclubs anymore.
I know.
Yours will define you. Your
Good old
exam
days.
results will not define the rest
Whatever
of your
happens, go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. By the way, I think I was right about that earlier on in the show. The most millionaires from this country left school without getting any qualifications.
Wow.
Right? So
Good to know.
not everything is about exam results,
No.
but a lot of it is. So good luck.
Yeah, but still try your best. Don't all...
So we're going to put Gabby under the cosh again today, like we do every year on exam results day. We've got questions for 10-year-olds that we're going to quiz you on, Gabby. When I say 10-year-olds, my 6-year-olds are currently doing it as well. Gab, there's no way you can go wrong with these questions, and if you do, honestly, somebody find
Ed, I'll get your coffee, mate. Next.
Ed, don't you dare feed him any sort of answer.
Ed, I'll never get you a coffee again. You don't help me.
Right, okay. You ready? Let's go into
Go on,
it.
then.
This is Gabby's exam for 5-year-olds. Gabby, question number 1. Which famous building did Guy Fawkes try and blow up? No way. You're already hesitating. Stop it.
Oh, God. Guy Fawkes, bonfire night. That'll do.
This is your basic history, Gabby.
Guy Fawkes? Yeah, bonfire night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was he trying to blow up? Somebody. Get Jermaine Pennant.
No idea.
Jamie
No
O'Hara.
idea. No
Anyone.
idea. It's too early. What is it? Go on, brains. Tell me.
Come on. Along the river. You in London?
London Bridge. Tower Bridge.
Keep going.
No.
You're getting warmer.
Torture. On the bridge.
Yeah. Keep going. Long a bit.
What way?
Oh,
House of Parliament.
yeah.
Okay.
You knew that.
I got it. Yeah. Normally you get A, B, or C. Multiple choice. Come on.
Well, what would you have said? London Bridge.
I said Parliament.
Right. Question number 2. You're going to get this. How many sides does a hexagon have? Stop that.
6. Is that correct?
That's
Thank
correct.
God.
Very good.
Oof.
I always think hex 6.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'll remember that.
Okay. What are the 3 primary colours?
How am I meant to know?
There are 5-year-olds in the car right now.
No, they're not.
They've listed these off.
They're not though, because it's no school at the moment, mate.
Well, they
Your
might be
facts
in the
right.
car.
They'll be asleep.
They might be on their way to kids club.
They'll be asleep. The primary 3 colours. I should know that.
3 primary colours.
Red.
I love you.
Red. One of them.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah. And what'd you mix it with?
White. No.
White.
Yellow.
Yes.
That'll do, won't it?
Okay.
That'll do.
Question number 4. Who
These
was
are tough,
the
these.
first man to walk on the moon?
Armstrong.
Yes, well done. What was his first name? Just for an extra bonus point.
Neil.
Yeah, well done.
Phew. I was scared to say Neil. See what you done to me? Neil, is it you, mate?
Fred?
Roger.
Louis? Question number 5. How many planets begin with the letter M?
Okay, we got Mercury.
Yeah.
Mars.
Yes. I was going to give you a big clue there. Think about the
Mercury,
aliens.
Mars.
That's 2. Well done. That's 2.
Is that it? Oh, okay. I was thinking of any more.
That was all right.
Okay. What's to say?
So you got 4 out of 5 there.
That's it, mate. What's that? What's that, a B?
The fact that you didn't know. Yeah, what would that get them in percentages?
Is that GCSE B, that? Huh?
Oh, you got 3 right.
Didn't.
No,
What
you
on
didn't.
about?
You got 4
Hey,
right.
don't get involved, mate.
You
Just
got 4 right.
get some good songs on. 4 out of 5. I'll take that all
Get
day,
away from-
mate.
There you go, kids.
I'll take that all day.
Just
But
proves to you.
to be fair to me, whilst most kids were learning, I was playing football. I was walking around the playground doing kick-ups.
What, age 5?
Yeah.
I
was. Promise you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's absolutely fine. But
stressful.
kids, just bear in mind, if you have an absolute shocker today, you can still make it in life, okay? Learn to make a good cup of tea and have a conversation. You'll be absolutely fine. And buy the coffees as well. That also
Yes,
works for Gabby at
always.
Agbonlahor. Right, time now for the latest odds with Coral and Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Simon, how was your A-level results? Were they good? I imagine they were good.
What are you laughing at, Simon?
Smart
Well,
man.
firstly, I was just trying to remember them. It was such a long time ago. I think it was about 37 years ago. I got BBD.
Oh, not bad.
Not great, is it, mate?
Well, I was anticipating better, but I still made it to university. Listen, don't worry, Gabby. The results of that 10-year-old's test won't define you. You'll be, you'll not
well,
worry.
trust me, we've clipped it up already, Simon.
And I think it was 3 out of 5, not 4 out of 5. But
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Simon, Europa League, the Conference League qualifiers.
Yeah.
We've got that to look forward to, haven't we?
Well, we have this. I know all attention is clearly on the start of the
On
Premier
Gabby.
League on Friday, and on Gabby, exactly, been distracted. But for those who, are enjoying their football on a daily basis, we had a great Caribou Cup the last couple of days, and we have got some European qualifiers today for both the Europa League and the Conference League, and a couple of Scottish sides in action. Hibs 2-0 up after a great away win against Partizan Belgrade. They're 11-10 to get the job done tonight. But I think the game which is probably of most interest is Dundee United, who managed to get a 2-2 draw against in the away leg. And they're at home. Is it against Rapid Vienna? They're 3-1. They're actually, despite getting that 2-2 draw, they're at home. It'll be a sellout at Tannadice, but they're underdogs to actually get through. 7-4 to qualify for the next, the final round of qualifying. 2-5 Rapid Vienna. So a cracking game there. I was reading the Daily Record there. They're really building up to a huge night tonight, the Tangerine. So that's the big game of the day today.
Good luck. Good luck to them. And we've got the racing club at Chepstow as well, Simon.
Yeah, it's the Catalyst. We've got a lovely newcomer, actually, with the Coral Racing Club, a big club we run for our customers. And Catalyst makes her debut at Chepstow down in South Wales. She'll be an outsider. It's her first run. It's a bit like the first. We'll talk about school, Gabby. This is the first run for a 2-year-old young horse who's been trained on the, obviously on the gallops, and she'll make her first appearance. We actually went to Newbury a few weeks ago, and she didn't go in the stall. She got a little, it's a first experience, first day at school, and they ended up running without her. So today we're hoping she goes to the stalls, pops out, and the main thing is for her to just have a good fun run. But we've got some members down at Chepstow there to watch her on. She's a bit of an outsider, but it's quite exciting because hopefully she just enjoys the experience and she shows herself that she's going to be a fun racehorse.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And there's more to life than winning your first race. Simon.
Absolutely. Participating is good enough.
Alan Brazil and Ray Parlour back on talkSPORT Breakfast tomorrow. What's the odds on both of them turning up and being in a good state?
Is that right? Is Alan actually going to return? This is so exciting. It's
tomorrow morning.
One of the great comebacks, isn't it? But Ray will be there. And then, of course, they'll go out for their Friday review afterwards. But, this is going to be great fun. I mean, I think, tomorrow night, Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Can't wait, mate.
Great to get it back, isn't it? Yeah. And
do you know what, Simon, as well? I'm just looking at the games this weekend. I'm just trying to plan my weekend around the football. Do you know what I mean? Even Sunday, I'm thinking of a barbecue, and I'm like, okay, we've got to do it. Yeah. Between like 12 and 1:30 or after 6:30, you got Manchester United, Arsenal game.
Can't you position a sort of TV outside in a cardboard box?
No, mate.
I'm
not Jamie O'Hara. I haven't got a screen outside, mate. I've got a normal TV that you
Get
can't
the big
move.
screen from the studio, Gabs. Wheel that up to your gaff. Simon, we'll speak to you tomorrow. Thank you so much
Thank you, Simon,
for being with us. Coming up, have Liverpool bought the league title this year? We'll discuss that next. That was a look ahead with the latest odds, all thanks to Coral. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick? We're going to take a look at why we're not seeing them anymore and explain a bit about how they work. The knuckleball peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason Mount.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air, causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free-kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head-on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Hitting by the valve helps with that short contact time, as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckleballs much anymore? It's because players are being told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season there's been a 10% reduction in players shooting from free kicks in the Premier League. And in 23-24, a record low of 11 free kicks found the back of the net. And the knuckleball, though spectacular, is imprecise, which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
A very good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you till 10 o'clock this morning with the Arnold Clark app. You can buy a car and opt into Arnold Clark rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby, I really want to get a youngster with us on air this morning to open their A-level results live on air.
Oh,
to
pressure.
See if in or not.
Just want to know, don't you?
Yeah. If you want to do that with us on air after 9 this morning, 03717 223344.
I took my son last summer for his GCSEs and they went in, all the kids went into the school. I was in the car and I was like, please, I just hope he's done so much revision for it. And he come out and he got in the car and I'm like, when you ready, are you going to say? Or
what happened?
Are you going to open your mouth? And he was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well done, fantastic.
Great.
But some kids coming out and upset and the nerves. You know, when you've probably not done the revision you should have.
Well, then you know.
Exactly.
If you know you've not prepared your best, then prepare to fail. Oh, that was harsh. But listen, if you want to open your results live with us on air this morning on talkSPORT, give us a bell. Now, forget the Club World Cup, forget the UEFA Super Cup, because this weekend, the Premier League is back.
I believe in the meaning of spoken word.
They like that. Oh, they like that.
Top to bottom, one of the most unpredictable leagues around.
The difference is you don't quit, not until you reach the peak.
The Premier League title is coming back to Anfield.
Liverpool are the best team in the country. They were the best team in the country last year, and they've got even better.
But best believe it's your claim on it, because you've got a destiny with your name on it.
Saka! 1-0 Arsenal!
Haaland to take it round the keeper. Oh, that's magnificent.
I think the Chelsea fans will expect Chelsea to compete for the league next season.
Palmer goes for goal and scores! What a hat-trick!
Oh my gosh, honestly, the Premier League, it never fails to deliver.
Setting up another one for Peru. Could it be two? Oh, yes, it is! Another massive moment in Ellen Road!
Here's Manuel Benson on this near side. Onto his right foot. Hits one! Oh, my word! Sunderland are Premier League again.
Wonderful game. We love it for a same reason, the unpredictability.
Oh, given away to Isak. There's his goal. Bruno Fernandes. What a finish. What a goal on the counter for Manchester United. Salah, 1-0.
It's talkSPORT. We are Premier Leave.
Get in in my belly. Can't wait for this weekend. 52 days since Chelsea, Man City and Newcastle secured Champions League football, and Gabby penned an angry letter to the PGMOL about the way Villa missed out. The Premier League returns tomorrow night. It all begins with an emotional Anfield in the first competitive home game since the sad, tragic passing of Diogo Jota. Liverpool will play Bournemouth. That's going to be live and exclusive for you here on talkSPORT tomorrow night. We're also going to bring you Gabby's beloved Aston Villa versus Newcastle. That's Saturday lunchtime. The usual around the ground service from 3 o'clock with Super Sam Mataface back on the Sunday session as well, keeping you across Man United against Arsenal. Gabby's planning the barbecue. I'm trying to keep the kids quiet so I can watch that game. And then we're back with you on Monday night live on talkSPORT for Elland Road. Leeds return to the Premier League versus Everton. And delighted to say the man who will be at the centre of our bumper weekend of sport, our voice of live football, Adrian Durham, is with us now. Adrian, this is like Christmas Eve for you, isn't it?
Good morning, Adrian.
It's very morning. It's very, very exciting, I've got to say. When you're just listing the games there, I had a smile on my face because I just cannot wait. You forget your A-level results. Premier League being back, that's what it's all about. Yeah, it's going to be magnificent. I'm at games on 3 of those 4 days. I'll be at Liverpool tomorrow. I'll be at Sunderland, West Ham Saturday, and then at Leeds on Monday night. So I'm really looking forward to it. So excited about it. Round the Grounds is back on Saturday afternoon. What more could you want?
Adrian, I'm with you totally, mate. I'll set my weekend up just for the football tomorrow evening. I'm making sure I'm 7 o'clock. I'm ready to listen on talkSPORT and then watch the game. And luckily, I'm doing the Villa game with Sam Mataface and Stuart Pearce. I think as a one-off. Looking forward to that, mate. You can't beat that view, can you, from the Co-Coms box at Villa Park?
Well, it's low down. You're in among the fans as well. You are going to get mobbed.
No.
No, you really are. You are right in amongst the fans. They're going to absolutely love you. So you say it's a one-off, but it's a bit like an A-level for you, Gabby. If you pass the test, you may get invited back.
Oh, pressure. All right, I'm going to spend the next 2 days prepping like you wouldn't believe, Adrian.
Adrian, you should see him here sitting writing away. He's like Goodwill Hunting sitting here next. Adrian, what did you get in your exam results?
Oh, come on.
Come on, Adrian. We need to know, mate.
Did you have to go there? It was the Houses of Parliament, by the way.
Okay.
Unbelievable. I got, let me try and remember. It's a long time ago. I got sociology grade C. I got French grade C.
Not great.
I got English grade A. So
I love how you saved the best.
That makes sense.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Yeah, but it didn't do me any good.
Gabby would still get an English grade D, wouldn't he?
Well,
it's a tough language to learn.
You're right. What you're right about is that people have skill sets in different areas. So if there was an A-level in football, Gabby would have got an A. If there was an A-level in being annoying, he'd have got an A. If there was an A-level in terrible loan spells at other clubs, he'd have got an A, wouldn't he?
Can we move on, please?
Yeah,
Please, dig me out.
Okay, he's had a tough time this morning. Adrian, before we get into the Premier League and preview some of the games, what happened at Birmingham last night, the halfway line goal?
Yeah, it was really weird because the ball did hit the referee, but the referee, he seemed to put his whistle to his lips or move his hand towards his lips to blow up like they should, but didn't. And then he presumably thought we're in the centre circle, nothing's going to happen. Gus Harmer gets the ball, sees the keeper off his line and buries it from the halfway line. Sensational goal from him, all to no avail because Jay Stansfield, a little bit of magic edge of the box, won it for Birmingham. But it was a really surreal moment. We were all expecting the goal to be disallowed. And then I was thinking, hang on a minute, this is a sensational goal.
Yes, you can't.
Just allow the goal, yeah. So, Birmingham did make it through in the end, but yeah, it was a really weird moment, but a really good night of football actually last night.
And let's start with Liverpool against Bournemouth live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. This is going to be a really emotional occasion, isn't it, Adrian?
Yeah, it is, and I think that we're at the Community Shield on Sunday, and that itself was an emotional occasion as well. And yeah, absolutely, Anfield, there will be tifos, there'll be banners, there'll be tributes paid, of course, and I think that will be foremost on people's minds. And listen, Diogo Jota was one of the most humble, lovely guys to be interviewed. If you're in our world, he was absolutely terrific. His English was perfect. He was just a nice guy. He was never in the news for the wrong reasons. On the pitch, he was absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, it's right that they should remember him positively. And then there is a game that, listen, Diogo Jota would have given his all in the game. His goal rate for Liverpool was fantastic. His ability to find space, magnificent. He's just one of those players that you loved. So, yeah, of course he will be foremost on people's minds. He would have wanted the football to continue. And so the football match will take place. You know, Liverpool against Bournemouth will take place, and it will carry on. And the fans should get excited about it. It's what Diogo Jota would have wanted. So, yeah, we're there live tomorrow night on talkSPORT from 7 o'clock. And the Premier League season will get underway. And I think a lot of people fancying Liverpool. And I can understand it as well with the business that they've done. But one thing to throw in there is that Virgil van Dijk was interviewed by Alex Crook after the Community Shield, and he made it clear, the Liverpool captain made it clear, they need another attacker. They need another striker. So they don't think they're ready. Looking at them last weekend, I think they need another centre-back as well. So I don't think they're the finished article yet. So maybe there's room for somebody to squeeze in there.
I think as well, Adrian, the game, Villa versus Newcastle, will be a big game. Both teams, when they play each other, seem to score many goals against each other. Also, Jacob Ramsey, he might be going to Newcastle, so I keep waking up thinking, please don't go yet, so you have to play against Villa on Saturday. And also, no Isak, it'll be interesting to see how Newcastle line up in this one.
Yeah, it's a great fixture, and it's live on talkSPORT Saturday lunchtime. As you say, you're going to be there. Some terrific players, and you talk about those players there. Ramsey possibly going to Newcastle, and Isak not playing, but there's still some brilliant players.
Yep.
When the fixture list came out, I looked at that and thought that is one of the games of the weekend, no question about it. Can't wait to see Morgan Rogers. That midfield three for Newcastle. Some superb players. So that is brilliant, and I think both of those will have aspirations for top four or top five, of course. And we'll have to wait and see how the season unfolds. But that, to me, is a game that will have a competitive edge, because it could be games like that where the 3 points become a 6-point swing, if you know what I mean, in terms of the league position. So I think that's an absolutely brilliant game. For me, one of the games of the weekend, no doubt.
So many things to look forward to. Sunderland back in the big time as well. Sunday, 4:30, Man United against Arsenal. I'm going to be giving the kids the iPad and hope that I get to watch that. But Jeff Stelling from talkSPORT Breakfast was not impressed with you and your criticism of Mikel Arteta on Drive earlier on this week, Adrian.
By the way, he has set Gyökeres up for a fall by saying, you hear what he said about
the chances.
When he goes through one-on-one, he's going to destroy you. Well, first game of the season, Man United, if he goes through one-on-one and blasts it into orbit, then Arteta's going to look like a fool.
What's he meant to say? When he goes through one-on-one, he'll be a bit edgy. I'm not sure he's going to finish this chance. Of course he's going to say when he goes through one-on-one, he's going to score.
I don't see a problem with what he says.
Back in your striker.
Yeah. Start the beef, Adrian. What are you going back to Jeff Stelling with?
Well, he doesn't have to go into specific details, Mikel Arteta. When will he learn? Honestly, he's putting the pressure on himself because he knows he's under pressure this season, Mikel Arteta. If they don't win the title, that's surely it. You can't go this long, spending this much money, getting everything you want, really putting yourself out there with big, bold statements about how brilliant you are and how brilliant things are going to be and how it's all going to plan at Arsenal, and not win the title. Listen, he's just seen Spurs draw. And let's face it, Spurs did draw with PSG. All right, they were 2-0 up and they lost the Super Cup, but they drew with PSG. They've won the Europa League. He's having a look across North London and thinking, hang on a minute, they might be getting something together there. He has got to deliver this season, or I think he is in big trouble. So, listen, I don't expect him to put pressure on his striker in a specific way like that. Every one-on-one, Gyökeres has got to bury now. What I do expect is him to say, my striker is brilliant. The fans are going to love him. He's going to be a hit in the Premier League. Just back him. Give him some confidence. But don't go into those specifics because they will haunt you.
Adrian, I'm glad you're back. Our voice on live
Adrian.
football. Back with you tomorrow night here on talkSPORT. Liverpool against Bournemouth. The Premier League is back. Adrian, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock here on talkSPORT. Yeah. Let's look ahead now to the next hour of the show with Benchmarks.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Tottenham fans, good morning. The phone lines are open for you today. 03717 223344. Was last night just a free hit that it didn't work out, or are there serious questions to answer as to why you couldn't see the Super Cup through? You were so close. Is Spursiness still alive and kicking? If you're a Spurs fan and you fail your exams today, and last night happened, soz. That was our breakfast preview with Benchmarks.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast, 10 to 9 on Thursday, the 14th of August. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you. talkSPORT Breakfast back tomorrow with Alan Brazil. 03717 223344. It's the number. We can go straight to the phone lines now because it's all about Spurs. Spurs fans did last night prove that you are still Spursy. Ivan is a Tottenham fan. Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, guys. Great show.
Thank you. Thanks for being with us, Ivan. What do you think? Are you shaking off that Spursy tag, or is it well and truly alive?
I don't think that Spursy is fair. I don't think that's the tag, no. Not for me. I think if you watch the game, I think a lot of the players that fell apart last season, we had some really, really strong performances last night. And I think that anybody that sort of looks at PSG, I know they've only been back for a week. They didn't play a full strength team, but we had them, you know, completely overrun for 70 minutes of the game. In my opinion, they had more of the ball, but we were better. They brought on their heavy hitters, and we obviously succumbed in the last 5 minutes. But I think that could have happened to any team against PSG. I really do. And I think that a lot of the players that we had out last night, Sarr, Kudus, had really, really good. Even Richarlison, who everyone, including me, has been critical of, had really, really strong performances. And I think there's a lot to look forward to. It's upsetting, but I don't feel Spurs is the right tag for that game.
Yeah, I just feel that watching the game, first half, PSG terrible, but when you hear that they've been back a week, then you look at the second half, their match sharpness started to come back bit by bit.
Yeah.
And by the last 10, 15 minutes, the lot looked like they were getting up to speed. But you lost to the best team, for me, in the world. No problem. You lost on penalties. It's so many positives to take.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, if you asked any Tottenham fan before last night, nobody would have thought that we'd have had a chance of putting in a performance against them. I get that they were a little bit weaker than they would have been normally, but we put on a good show last night. It was a good, really, really good, strong team, good game, and I think that if I like the way Thomas Frank set the team up. I think from defending forward, of course, the last 5 minutes anomaly, but throughout the 70 minutes, everybody put it on the line, and I think there were some strong performances. So I'm really positive going forward. I think it was a great performance, really good game.
I want to say the majority of Spurs fans agree with you on that bit as well, Ivan. Thank you so much for the call.
Thank you, Ivan.
722 is the number. We can look ahead now to the new season of the Premier League with TNT Sports.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the UEFA Champions League, Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
In fourth, whoa, sit down. Don't bombard me. Fourth, Manchester United.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the legend. Our very own fortune stelling there, boldly predicting Manchester United's 15th place finish will change around next season from last season, and they'll go on to get a place in the Champions League. Gabby harshly questioned earlier on what was really in his gout medication. Get well soon, Jeff. So it's time now to see what predictions Gabby has in his locker on the eve of the 25-26 season getting underway tomorrow night here on talkSPORT with Liverpool against Bournemouth at 8 o'clock. Gabby, let's go for it. Your top six. Start with me, number six.
Top six? Oh, sorry. Okay. Number 6, Newcastle.
Right.
Number 5, Aston Villa. Number 4, Chelsea. Number 3, Manchester City. Number 2, Arsenal. Number 1, Liverpool. I just think Liverpool last season, what they did without making any major signings and to improve their squad like they have, bringing in Wirtz, bringing in Ekatike, who I really, really like. I think Isak, they'll get over the line as well. I think Liverpool will be unstoppable. And I don't think Arsenal have it in them, to be honest, to win the Premier League.
Do you think Aston Villa have recruited well enough this window to get 5th in the Premier League?
No, they haven't, but I think they will by the time the transfer window closes. The whispers I'm hearing is maybe Jacob Ramsey goes, that offers more funds because he's a homegrown player, so it's all profit as well. They could probably spend maybe double what they receive for Jacob Ramsey. So I think Aston Villa, by the time the transfer window closes, will definitely have a better squad than they have now.
So you think Aston Villa will definitely finish above Newcastle?
Yes, I do. I feel that
You're absolutely hilarious to listen to. You haven't got a clue.
Don't want to beat her.
I think it'll be tight though, and it can go either way, but I just think what the Champions League does to you, the level of that competition, teams struggle afterwards like Aston Villa did last season.
Do you know what? Madge is right. The quality in the Prem at the minute, the way the teams are improving, nobody has a God-given right to take those top 4 spots anymore.
No
Remember
way.
It used to be. Who's going to get relegated?
So, Leeds United will get relegated. Not good enough. Calvert-Lewin is not going to be the answer. Injury prone, and he's not the same Calvert-Lewin he was 5 years ago. I think Burnley will as well. Not enough goals going forward. Yes, a lot of clean sheets in the Championship, but this is not the Championship. Premier League clubs will find a way through. And my third one is Wolverhampton Wanderers. And my reasons are with Wolves. Lost 8 Nori, 33 million to Manchester City. Lost Cunha, 65 million to Manchester United. That's 99 million pound in transfers that they received. Also lost Semedo on a free transfer, Sarabia, free transfer, Guedes, free transfer, and Tommy Doyle, who's gone on a loan to Birmingham City. That's a lot of players that they have lost. They've only signed Strand Larsen, who was on loan last season. They've made that permanent, 20 million. Fer Lopez, 18 million. Jean Arias, 12 million. And David Wolf, 8 million. So they've only spent 58 million pounds. 99 million pounds they've brought in. And last season, Cunha, top goal scorer, 15 Premier League goals. Strand Larsen, who they've signed now from his loan spell, scored 14. And the next top goal scorer was 8 Nori, the left back with 4. So I worry for Wolves, and I think Wolves fans, if they're being honest, They know that I don't really like them. We have a big rivalry.
Morning, Wolves.
But they are very worried about the new season. Nori and Cunha, big losses, and I think Wolves will get relegated.
03717 223344. Wolves fans, do you agree with Gabby? Do you want up against him on that? Will we be relegated from the Premier League this season? Gabby, Player of the Year?
Player of the Year, I'm going to go for Mo Salah. I just feel that pre-season looked very sharp. Yes, wasn't at his best on the weekend in Community Shield, but I just think he's got that hunger to keep achieving.
He's unbelievable. The shape that he's in as well.
Exactly.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Golden Boot.
Golden Boot, Haaland. I feel like
Really?
it will annoy him last season, only getting 22 goals. Isak got 23 and Salah 29, but I think Haaland wasn't at his best last season and still got 22. I think he'll be at it. And don't surprise if he gets a hat-trick first game away to Wolves. Wouldn't surprise you.
Yeah, Gyökeres for me. I think it's going to get the Golden Boot. I think he'll hit the ground running. I think that game from the weekend, that bullet header, I'm like, just to think, he's done his job in his first game for Arsenal, he scored. But we'll wait and see what happens.
Yes.
Wolves fans, do you agree with Gabby? Is it squeaky bum time this season? 03717 223344. That was our preview of the 25-26 Premier League season. You can stream the Premier League live with TNT Sports on Discovery Plus or watch TNT Sports channels on EE, Sky and Virgin Media.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the UEFA Champions League, Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
You haven't got a clue.
From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire is also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell, and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them, like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby. Agbonlahor with Arnold's Clark. You can build your own car deal online, all with just a few clicks. They make buying your next car easy. Now, let's talk Spurs again, because if you nodded off last night when Spurs were 2-0 up in the Super Cup final against PSG and you had a good old sleep and you thought, oh no, Spurs have won another trophy. Well, obviously, what happened. Listen to this.
Nuno Mendes is the PSG player that's trusted with completing the job. Can Vicario make the save? No, he can't. PSG have won it. Spurs 5 minutes away in the Super Cup with a 2-0 lead. But it's the European champions that have got over the line. Tottenham Hotspur heartbreak.
Poor Spurs. Stephen Lewis Enrique, the PSG manager, said that Spurs deserved the win last night. They threw away a 2-0 lead in the 85th minute and PSG took the game to penalties. Once again, Spurs found themselves 2-0 up, this time in the shootout. But Spurs did what Spurs do, and PSG took the Super Cup back home to Paris. It just so happened to be Jamie O'Hara's first night back in the sports bar in about a month. He's back from Mykonos alongside Jason Cundy, who had the night of his life, basically.
This is the real Spurs. This is what we want to see. Not winning the worst Europa League final ever against a dog Man United. You're up against big dogs. They were back 6 days. 6 days! You got rolled over by a team that are half fit. Jay! Snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Everything that I wanted to say, everything I had lined up, is just, I don't know what to say now. I'm honestly, I'm absolutely fuming.
You're just Spurs. I've been telling you that for years.
Do me a favour.
It's who you are, mate.
Come on, loads of positives.
No, what positives? There's nothing.
It's who we are, mate.
It's that is an absolute shambles. It's a shambles, mate. Against the PSG side, they've been back 6 days. They've been back training less time than you've been away on holiday. You've been away longer than they've been back.
I've been in Mykonos for a week. Longer than PSG. Been in Mykonos longer than PSG. They've come back and won the Super Cup final. I've come back a stone overweight.
Tina could have been in the same hotel as you and he's just won the Super Cup.
So good to have Jamie and
Jokers.
Jason back on the Sports Bar. They'll be with you again tonight. Honestly, is there any excuse for the way that Spurs crumbled? I mean,
listen, they did make changes and they should have seen it over the line. I mean, the second goal, first goal for PSG was now standing strike. Got to put your hands out to that and say, hands up, sorry, and it's a great goal. Second one, switching off. Romero tries to play offside, doesn't pick up Ramos in the box, shouldn't get a free header there. So, they threw it away, but lots of positives, like I said.
Tom Allnut from the Times was with us earlier on. He said that, was it 9? PSG have 9 players who are all nominated for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
And they all played last night.
Of course.
So, they are a strong team. And yes, they've only had 3 weeks off and a week together in pre-season, but they're such a strong side. So I think Spurs can, be pleased with the performance.
Definitely. In the last 20 minutes, they looked a lot more match sharp. PSG. So Spurs were up against it, but they move on. Big game on Saturday against Burnley at home.
By the way, Jamie and Jason look like they've had work done in the summer.
Oh, really?
Don't you think? They
what sort of work we talking?
Maybe it's just a summer glow. I'm thinking about Botox, maybe.
Oh, really?
They both look well.
Bit of filler, bit of Botox.
Bit of filler. Even I've not touched the filler yet. No. What are you trying to say?
No. I think Jamie likes to have a few things done now and then.
They look well.
Yeah.
Then again, he is getting married soon, so maybe she's like, right.
Yeah, sort yourself out.
Let's fix this up, pal.
Let's fix you up.
Jamie and Jason back on the Sports Bar tonight. 03717 223344. Spurs fans, that is the number to call. Do you agree with Jason Cundy? Was that the real Spurs? Good morning to Jason, the Spurs fan. Jason, good morning. Are you worried about the season ahead after that?
I'm pleased with our performance, to be quite honest. I was expecting the worst, and my house was going mad. Obviously, after when it got into the second half, and I don't think we went Spursy. We were beaten by a better team, but we got that far, and I was well pleased with their performance, to be quite honest.
How annoying is that Spursy tag though? Because if I was a Spurs fan, it'd wind me up if I ever heard someone say we were Spursy.
It does.
I bet,
all
mate.
the time. It does, but I noticed 2 changes last night from last season and the season before.
Yeah.
And the two, the first thing is playing out from the back. We played out from the back last season and we were horrendous. We lost the ball too much. Every time they were saying, kick it. No, we put it side to side and we lost the ball and we put ourselves under pressure all last season. Last night, not one time did we try and play out from the back. And I was so pleased to see that. And the other thing I was so pleased to see was when we get a free kick in the opposition's half, we used to go side to side, tap it to somebody 5 yards away, knock it back, and we got nothing. Last night, we had free kicks in the opposing half, and what did we do? We loaded the box and put the ball in the box. Last season, I was screaming for that every time.
Yeah, well, you got it last night. Positive to
spot on.
Jason, thank you so much for your call. See the Spursy tag. See if PSG had won last night 3-1 or whatever. You wouldn't really say Spursy.
No.
It's the fact that they threw it all away with 9 minutes to go or something.
Yeah, and
that's the Spursiness.
Yeah, it's 85 minutes and you're quite comfortable.
Yeah.
And 2-0 then out of nowhere. And when Lee scored that goal in the 85th minute, I just had a feeling.
Yeah.
It's going to be stoppage time, 4 or 5 minutes. I've got 10 minutes to get another one. Spurs switch off and end up losing in penalties. And even 2-0 up in penalties, you're like, come on. You're in the driving seat now. And then they throw that away.
Yeah. 03717 223344. Good morning, John, the Spurs fan. Johnny, still Spursy?
Well, we weren't, and then Frank's ruined the club. All the hard work for 2 years out the window in one match, playing 5 at the back. It's pathetic. We scored 2 goals from set pieces, which is the kind of thing Bolton or Sunderland would do, and we created nothing from open play. There was no threat the whole game, and then everything's going okay. He brings on Maternus Tell, whose sole contribution to the game was to give away fouls in key areas, lose the ball, and miss a penalty, when Johnson, who is the reason we're in the final, is sat on the bench, who scored 19 goals last season, and with his pace in the last 20 minutes would have at least given us the outball. I mean, I don't understand what Solanke's dared to do, apart from run around and look busy, but the substitutions were amateurish, and there was just no threat at all the whole game.
So he's ruined the club because of one game?
Well, you look at what we're doing, playing 5 at the back. You know what? If we're going to sit back the whole of this season and play like that, we've got a great team going forward, and he had 2 people on up front. He had Kudos and Richarlison, and Richarlison was brilliant for most of the game. But we're obviously going to tire because of the work rate that we're going to have to do in. But just telling the team to sit back for the last 20 minutes to defend the penalty area. Anybody could tell you that you can't sit back and allow a team like PSG to have the ball and just say, here you go, try your best for 20 minutes.
John,
a tired Spurs team, it's just never going to work.
John, we hear you loud and clear. Stay with us on the line because Mick, the Spurs fan, is with us now. Mick, do you agree with John?
Well, I don't agree with the Thomas Frank comment. He's been there 2 minutes. We've looked a lot better than we did last year. And he just said, why is he bringing on subs? When we knew we was going to be tired. That's the reason he made the subs.
John, what do you think about that? He's not had enough time. He was winning the game last night with 85 minutes on the clock.
It was 2 set pieces. There was nothing created from open play at all. And yes, we were winning the game. He brought on the subs, but he brought on the wrong subs. Solanke's never going to score. He doesn't score. And Tell, why bring on Tell when you've got Johnson? I mean, I don't even know why we brought Tell back. He thinks he's Ronaldo, and he's not. He's barely even Andros Townsend.
Oh, don't have a go at Andros Townsend.
It's like we've got Timu Conte. It's like defensive drab football, and you just think, oh, another season of this, and we're on a high, and we had a chance to do it, and all he had to do was not tell the team to sit back in the penalty area for 10-15 minutes. And it was obvious. Every Spurs fan could tell as soon as he started doing that, PSG were going to win. Like, if you go to any Spurs fans group chat, I imagine most of them realise that's it, we're done now.
Mick, was your group chat saying that?
Listen, if you're going on Spurs fans off the internet, then you've got no chance. Just go to people that watch the games and go and support the club. The reason I phoned up for was the cheek of the Man United fan having a pop at it. Well, we beat the dog and duck.
We agree on that, Mick.
Yeah, start your own group chat. Listen, Mick, John, thank you so much for your calls this morning. 03717 223344. Gabs, can I just mention on the Matthias Tell situation? He missed the penalty last night. He's having a hard time from his performance from being substituted on last night. But there's this racist abuse going around on social media. At what point does this change? The fact that we're waking up this morning after a player misses a penalty shootout, and the fact that he's a black man or a black person being brought into the conversation and having to put up with that makes my blood boil. It's got to stop.
You say, when will it change? Never. I don't think it will, because it's so easy for someone to say whatever they like on social media, especially on X. We've seen the owner of X just made it for everyone. People that were banned off that social media network, put back on, say what you like on there, no problem. So I don't think it's ever going to change. Disappointing, but you half expect it now. I think as a black player, if you do miss a penalty, if you do get a sending off, you're probably scared to look at social media because you know what's coming.
We heard from the Lioness, Jess Carter, who went through it at the Women's Euros as well. She was subjected to racist abuse. She said she was relieved when white players missed the penalty, so that the black players would not just be subjected to this. If you are online...
Does it come to a stage where some of the black players are scared to take a penalty?
It's terrible.
Because you don't want the abuse. I'm not going to take one. No, not for me, because I know what's coming if this doesn't go the way that it should do. So very disappointed. Tell is talented player. Wasn't great on loan last season, I didn't think. They made a transfer permanent, 30 million, but come on, get off the guy's back.
If you listen to talkSPORT and you're on social media and you've ever sent a racist message or a racist comment, you're an absolute disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's got to stop. Matthias Tell, we stand with you. Coming up next for you on talkSPORT Breakfast, we're going to cross live to Saudi Arabia. If Dillian White loses to Atoma live on talkSPORT this weekend, will he retire? We'll discuss that next. morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you. Alan Brazil back with you on talkSPORT Breakfast alongside Ray Parlour tomorrow. If you've got your exam results coming in the door right now, good luck to you. Everything crossed. And if you want to open your results live on air with us, it's character building.
Yes.
03717 223344. Would you do that live on air?
Not with what mine were, no. No. I don't want to be laughed at by the whole
You wouldn't get
the
laughed
UK.
because then we would give them the life advice.
Oh, okay.
There's
So
more
my
to-
results were F, U, E, E, D, D.
Oh, you were going
and
somewhere
one
else
C.
with that. Right. This Saturday night, live on talkSPORT, we bring you a fight that you do not want to miss.
It's the biggest fight of my life and career.
Dillian, the body snatcher.
Everyone's saying how great he is. The biggest, hardest fight. The hardest puncher, the quickest puncher, the fastest guy.
Atoma is going looking for another showreel knockout.
Moses Atoma can take him out right now.
The strongest guy, the most intelligent, the most patient is boxer.
He's a better mover than Mike Tyson, like a bit more fluid.
Oodles of natural talent.
I even phoned Dylan, like, Dylan, I don't know why you're taking this fight.
2 national titles, 3 European gold medals, and a world title. As a professional, I'm looking to replicate that.
Everyone portray him as a superhuman. That's how I'm approaching the fight. I'm fighting Superman.
Atoma. Oh, that's it.
If he can beat Dillian White, then it's certainly the real deal.
Dillian White is victorious.
This is a tune that gets you in the mood for a Saturday night live here on talkSPORT. And so does young Moses Atoma, the 20-year-old superstar. He's been compared to Mike Tyson, that's bulldozing his way through the heavyweight division. Well, he's got a biggie this weekend. He takes on the 37-year-old veteran Dillian White, who has 31 professional wins so far in his career. Joining us now for more on this fight, live from Saudi Arabia, is talkSPORT Fight Night host, the legendary Gareth A. Davis is with us now, alongside Dillian White's trainer, Buddy McGirt. Buddy, Gareth, it's good to see you both. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Good morning, guys.
Thank you. Good morning, guys.
First of all, can I come to you, Buddy, please? Dillian White has said that he contemplated walking away from boxing every day for the last 3 years. How hard has it been for him in this 3 years to get through how he's been feeling?
Well, you know, I can't answer how he felt, but I can understand the situations because, you know, we're training for fights, then they don't come off. You know, you're putting your all into it every day, and it always happens maybe a week or two before the fight is set to come off that something happens that he doesn't fight. So I can understand, you know, what he's saying. How he felt, I don't know. I think it's something that he kept inside and maybe shared with other people. But as far as, you know, when it came to me, he would call me and say, look, I'm training. I'm like, listen, relax a little bit, man. You know, you just had a whole camp, fight got called off, relax. So, you know, he's, now that this is happening now, he's very anxious now.
One more for you, Buddy, please. Looking at Dillian White's condition, I mean, when I've seen pictures and videos of him, I was like, wow, this is the best I've seen him in his professional career. Has he been doing more with a nutritionist, with a strength and conditioning coach to get to the level he is now with his fitness?
I think that he understands what's at stake here. So his whole mindset was different for this fight in camp than it has been since I've been with him. You know, he was doing his road work outside, not on treadmills. You know what I mean? He was getting up in the mornings. And I've been with him almost 3 years, and he's never called me and said, yo, come while I run. This camp, I was getting picked up, and then while he was running on the road, we was in the car following him, you know. He would say, yo, can you get up in the morning? I said, that's what I'm here for, so don't worry about it. So, you know, he really is putting his all into this, you know what I mean? Because in reality, as everyone knows, it's all or nothing. So, you know, he's got to put it on the line right about now.
Fair play to you getting up to drive alongside him. A lot of people would have told him to jog on. No, I'm not driving alongside you. I'm getting a long line. We heard from Dillian White earlier on this week because he caught up with Spencer Oliver and was asked for his thoughts on Moses Atoma's talent.
You asking me about his talent?
Yes, sorry, actually, we missed it. We missed a clip there. Yeah, I mean, he's such a talented guy. I mean, how are you viewing Moses Atoma? How are you studying him in camp?
Well, listen, no disrespect to him or any other fighter, I don't study fighters. I mean, I'm from the old school. I mean, so, some people take it out of context. It's just, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I respect anybody, man, woman, child, that steps into that ring. But do I sit and study them? No. What I do is I prepare for any and everything. But now, here's a simple question. This man's knocked out everybody he's fought. So how much tape could there possibly be on him? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like they have a fight where he's had 8 grueling rounds and had to, switch in the middle of the fight. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So there's no tape on him like that. So I don't want to see him knocking everybody out.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I mean, who wants to see that?
Gareth, what about you? Because you've been there and you've been around and you've seen it all. I mean, is there pressure now on Moses Atoma? Because there's been a lot made of this young guy, and then you cannot ever write off Dillian White.
Yeah, I think what Buddy hasn't mentioned that he obviously does know is that Moses is a southpaw, so that will affect the way Dillian's going to fight in some way. And look, Buddy has had 80 fights. He was a 2-weight world champion. I've known him for years and years. He knows I'm going to speak with my head and not my heart. Many of us, much as we want Dillian to do brilliantly, I'm picking Moses to win this fight. I think his youth and his tenacity and his speed and what he's provided so far in only 25 rounds over 12 fights suggests that he can win this fight and win it well. We don't know yet because the actual enactment of the fight may produce a different kind of thing, and they may not fast track Moses after this, especially if Dillian wins the fight, and you can't rule him out. There is pressure on Moses, but as we saw last night, as we saw the day before, as we've seen in the entire build-up this week and even in his career, he's growing into the task of being compared to people like Mike Tyson. I mean, you aren't studying him, right? But he's definitely got some special gifts.
But now that you've said that you're picking him to win, I think I would have ended the interview now.
This is awkward.
No, I'm glad you waited a while before asking me a question.
But Gareth, he woke me up this morning to tell me my guy's going to lose.
But Gareth, you've seen Dillian fight over the years. You've seen how he comes into fights, his condition. Do you look at him now and like the condition he's in, the weight that he's lost, he looks fit, different mindset? Dillian White, he's always up for a scrap. He's had some great wins in his career, and at this age now, 37, maybe he's looking at this fight of like, who's this young kid think he can come and beat me? Don't you see that he's got a chance, Dillian?
Yeah. Of course he's got a chance. I'm not saying he hasn't got a chance. That was just my pick. That was just pushing it out there. Dillian White is the consummate warrior, the consummate survivor. The interviews he's given me are amongst the most extraordinary I've ever had with a boxer. Becoming a father at 13, being shot, seeing his father getting his neck cut while he was playing cards and the blood spurting from his neck while he was a young kid, and he went on to tape his neck up, beat the guy up and take the money from the game of cards. Dillian grew up in a tin shack in Jamaica before coming to the UK when he was 10. Everything he's achieved is in spite of his life. 34 fights. He was brilliant in a period between 2018 and 2021 when he avenged defeat against Alexander Povetkin. He beat Parker and he beat Chisora and he fought Anthony Joshua. He fought Tyson Fury. He lost those 2 fights. He will bring everything. And like you say, Gabby, testament to his shape. He wants to bring everything in this fight.
Yeah.
Does he need to make it a dogfight in your view?
Got to make it a dogfight. I mean, he's not going to go in there and outbox him like Muhammad Ali. He's got to go in there. He's got to, bullets and gun smoke.
Buddy, just while we've got you, can I ask your thoughts on the likes of Jake Paul being linked to a fight with Anthony Joshua?
I mean, I love Jake Paul and I love what he's done to help with the sport of boxing, especially the women boxing. You know what I mean? But what does a fight with him and Anthony Joshua prove?
Yeah, no.
I mean, what is it going to do for boxing?
Yeah, no, you make a very, very
It's what
good
it doesn't do.
Yeah, for you guys
I mean, you got guys out there that have been fighting. You got guys that have been fighting to get to the number 1, number 2 spot in the world, and here's a guy comes along and bam, he's fighting Anthony Joshua.
Gareth, you know me, mate, I like to stir the pot, so I've recorded this and I've sent it to Dillian already, so he's going to catch up with you today at some point.
Oh, I've had it before from Dillian. Dillian's very honest. He doesn't mince his words. He's an emotional guy. I'll probably get it in the neck later on. Thanks a lot, Gabby Agbonlahor.
Anytime.
Thank you very much indeed.
Gareth A. Davies, what I love about you is you can never be called two-faced. Unlike myself and Gabby Agbonlahor, Gareth A. Davies and Buddy McGirt there.
Thanks, guys.
Dillian White's trainer. An absolute pleasure to speak to you both this morning. Don't forget Fight Night live on talkSPORT. It's going to be a huge night. Atoma versus Dillian White. Coming up next, we'll be joined by talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, our very own hard man, Alex Crook, with all the latest transfer news. Plus, Gabby will be going into Geordie Shore.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick? We're going to take a look at why we're not seeing them anymore and explain a bit about how they work. The knuckleball peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason Mount.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air, causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free-kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head-on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Hitting by the valve helps with that short contact time, as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckleballs much anymore? It's because players are being told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season there's been a 10% reduction in players shooting from free kicks in the Premier League. And in 23-24, a record low of 11 free kicks found the back of the net. And the knuckleball, though spectacular, is imprecise, which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
Good morning. Hope you're doing well today. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor and the Arnold Clark app. You can buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. The Premier League back on talkSPORT for you tomorrow night. All kicks off with Liverpool against Bournemouth. Live for you here on talkSPORT at 8 o'clock. If you've got plans, you're heading out, download the talkSPORT app. You can take us with you anywhere you are going now. Gabby has the odd bit of history with Newcastle fans. It's not all rosy in Gabby's garden. No one will ever forget Peter's meltdown here on talkSPORT at the suggestion his team have to sell players to comply with PSR. That was a classic already this summer. You've annoyed them again, Gabby.
I didn't mean to. I didn't. I was just being honest.
You meant it. You
I
know
didn't.
what you do.
I love Newcastle, the tune.
You
top.
haven't got a clue.
5 minutes ago you said to Gareth A. Davies, you know me, I like to stir the pot.
Yeah, we're boxing, not football.
Exactly what you do.
I love Newcastle. Great club back in the day.
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah, well, Tuesday it all changed for you. You got back in the Newcastle fans' good books. That's because Alexander Isak reportedly said he would never play for Newcastle again. That clip went viral on social media and it even had a backing from Geordie Shore's Scotty T man. So could Gabby have a bit of a side hustle on his hands?
So we get in the club and Gabby is pure winding everyone up.
Newcastle aren't a big club worldwide. Big club in Newcastle. That's facts.
I'm telling you right now, it's not on. Something's clearly changed in that lad's head since he's left the Villa.
They missed out on Ekatike. They missed out on Gahey, Trafford. I think Newcastle, if they tried to sign me, maybe they would miss out on me.
We've had a few more drinks. Everyone's mortal. And Gabby won't stop.
You're worth like billions, but you can't. You have to sell.
It's all kicking off, and Pete's absolutely lost his head.
You don't have to sell this summer. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
As if this night could get any more mental. I've just seen Alex get absolutely raj because he wants to go to a different club.
Ball given away to Isak. There's his goal. Alexander Isak.
Away, Alex, man. What's wrong with Bijou? And then, out of nowhere, of all people, Gabby steps in.
Who does he think he is, by the way?
Correct.
Like, listen, I can have banter with Newcastle, but like, who do you think you are, mate?
Correct, mate.
Disgusting. What that club's done for you. Who does this guy think he is? Get your boots on. Big season for Newcastle, and now you're saying you're adamant you don't want to play. Like what?
You know what? I always thought Gabby was a canny lad. I just want to make sure we get back as a family, because us Geordies, we stick together.
He's one of their own.
I am. I love Bijou. Great club back in the day.
What's it like? Is it actually
Newcastle good night out?
Yeah, no, I've been to Newcastle on a night out, but never heard of Bijou.
I remember meeting a Geordie girl in Malia when I was 18.
And she was from
Newcastle.
Wait, is that the only Geordie person you met in your life? Did you see her? What was the story?
No, like, on holiday.
Were you dating?
Yeah, get on the old quad bikes.
Holiday romance.
Flying through Malia, 18.
So cute.
Good old days.
Gabby's a local hero this week with the Geordies, but he's had some pitiful attempts earlier on this morning at Geordie phrases, easy for me to say. Luckily, this A-level results day, we have the former Newcastle midfielder Lee Clark primed to mark Gabby's Geordie studies. Lee.
Hey Gabby, man, come on. This is how you see it.
Way, the Gallagher man. Seen some goals, eh?
We aye, the Gallagher man. Let's go and see some goals, aye?
You Raji lass.
You Raji lass.
Cola, Pia, you gadgy man.
Cola Peter, you gadgy man.
Oh, lass, wee man. It's Scottish, isn't it?
Oh, lass, wee man.
Am ganyem. What does that mean? I'm going home. Am ganyem.
I'm ganning yem.
Am ganyem.
I'm ganning yem.
Wow, I'm miles off it, aren't I?
So bad.
Yeah, not great, is it?
Absolutely tragic, actually.
Yeah, can we move on? I'm going to be embarrassed here. Yeah. Sorry, Newcastle, I tried.
You really, really tried. You're back in their bad books this morning. You hear plenty more Geordies at Drives. Premier League launch show this afternoon from 4 o'clock here on talkSPORT. The lads Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent are going to be out on the news building terrace having a barbecue and previewing the new season ahead. Andy and Benty will have our Gabby Agbonlahor after a quick disco night. Knapp, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy, alongside them today as fans from all 20 Premier League clubs quiz them ahead of the season opener live on talkSPORT for you tomorrow night. It's Liverpool against Bournemouth. The Drive preview show of the Premier League is live on talkSPORT for you at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, 16 days out from the transfer deadline, there are still so many deals to get done. Alex Crook is with us in just a moment for all the latest, but first, Liverpool manager Aherne was asked in the last few moments about Mark Guéhi, as well as incoming defender Giovanni Leone.
That the clubs have agreed a deal, but he hasn't signed for us yet. So the moment when he signs for us, I can go into more detail. And the other one is, of course, the answer you always get from me.
Are you able to talk about that a little bit more broadly, though, and say what expectation you have of possibly getting hold of Mark Guéhi?
No. No, because he's not our player, and unfortunately he was the captain of the team where we lost against last Sunday. So no, if you want to have any talks about him, you should go to Palace, to Glasgow, and ask him his opinion about him.
Okay, and the last few moments we've just heard them from Aherne. So Leone has agreed a deal to join Liverpool. Still no news on Mark Guéhi from Palace, whether that'll happen or not. The countdown is on. Somebody who might know a little bit more on this is our chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Good morning, Crookie.
Good morning, Alex.
Very good morning. How are we doing?
Yeah,
very well, mate.
Thanks. What's going on at Liverpool, Crookie? Do you think Guéhi will get done?
I think it's in the balance. I spoke to somebody close to the situation yesterday, and certainly they weren't overly optimistic. I think partly down to Crystal Palace's valuation. We know that Steve Parish can drive a hard bargain, and also because I think Guéhi himself wants some guarantees that he's going to get playing time this season in a World Cup year. And obviously Liverpool have Konate and Van Dijk as their first choice central defenders. I think the signing of Leone could be a very shrewd one for the future. Only 18 years of age, £26 million plus add-ons seems very cheap. When you consider that a lot of big clubs in the Premier League have made inquiries, and I've spoken to someone who's worked closely with him at Parma, he thinks he can go on and become as good as Virgil van Dijk. If he does, then £26 million will be a bargain. But talks will continue with Guéhi because they are a bit short-handed, Liverpool, in the centre-back areas, with Gerald Quansah leaving. Joe Gomez is back in training, which maybe makes the matter less urgent. And then, of course, there's the Alexander Isak-size elephant in the room. And I was at the Premier League launch yesterday. I spoke to Liverpool legend Ian Rush to get his thoughts on the Isak saga.
Well, I think the way he performed last season, I think any club in the world would like to sign him. He was absolutely fantastic, and from my own point of view, I'd love to see him being a Liverpool player. I don't know whether that happened, but I just judge him on his performance on the pitch. And last season, he was most probably the best player in the league, in my opinion, as a striker. You do that, and let's see what happens.
Okay, so we'll keep tabs on the Isak saga. Will it happen? Will it not? I mean, you can't imagine him working his way back into the good books of Newcastle fans. If it doesn't happen, it's a bit of a disaster for Isak.
Yeah, agreed. Not just Newcastle fans, but I think even players in that dressing room, and clearly the manager, Eddie Howe, very frustrated. But there's two sides to the coin, isn't there, if you're Eddie Howe? Yes, you can be disappointed by the lack of loyalty that Isak has shown him. After all, it was Eddie who gave him the chance to play his trade in the Premier League. But I think he's also shrewd enough to realise that if Isak is still a Newcastle player come September the 1st, then he needs him because he's their best player. Yeah. For me, he's one of the three best forwards in the league alongside Mo Salah and Erling Haaland. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the next 16 days. Liverpool are still waiting. Virgil van Dijk told me after the Community Shield they're short in the forward areas. I haven't heard of an alternative target to Alexander Isak. So if that deal doesn't get done, do they go into the season with just what they've got, or do they try and do something last minute? I think it's really interesting. Then you've got the Johan Wissa situation. Yep. And as annoyed as Newcastle fans are at Isak, I'm sure Brentford fans are feeling exactly the same, because he is also trying to force his way out of the club, and he has refused to train earlier in the pre-season.
Crocky, two questions for you. First one, Eze, any more news on that? Is it out of Arsenal and Spurs to sign him? And the second question is, seeing as you was there yesterday, did you ask Howard Webb about the letter that I sent him?
Do you know what, Gabby? That's the one question that I didn't get round.
Oh, Crookie.
What a good friend you are.
You ball job.
Listen, you should have given me a text. I'd certainly put it to him. I'm sure that Howard would have answered that
Gabby
question.
Gabby who? Who's that?
He might have gone into detail about how poor Aston Villa were in the final day of the season as well. In terms of Eberechi Eze, it does look a two-way fight between Arsenal and Spurs. His release clause expires tomorrow. I don't think anybody's going to trigger that in full. £68 million is the magic number. But again, Steve Parish is asking for big money for Eze, and obviously...
For Eberechi Eze in the Premier League, when you know he can do it, you would imagine that Spurs would have put that bid in already.
Yeah, but Daniel Levy, again, likes to get value for money, doesn't he? So he's never going to put his biggest offer down first and foremost. What I can tell you about Tottenham, and they've been relatively quiet in the window so far, but the funds are there. So I do think it might be quite a busy end to the window, a busy last couple of weeks, because obviously Thomas Frank is short on numbers. They were decent last night, I thought, for most of the game, and they got a bit Spursy in the last 5 minutes and obviously ended up losing on penalties. But I think there were signs of encouragement, and I do think they're going to have a much better season because, no disrespect to Big Ange, I just think Thomas Frank is a far better manager.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, if we'd had a shot for every time we've said Spursy this morning, we would be rolling our way out the door today.
Terrible.
Crookie, thanks so much for coming on with us. We'll be keeping you nice and busy between now and the end of the transfer window, and of course all season round as well. Alex Crook there. Don't forget you can get the latest on our website at talksport.com, and you can download the free talkSPORT app and receive all the latest transfer news right to your home screen as well. Coming up for you next, our resident fantasy guru Gabby Agbonlahor will bring us his Sun dream team for this season. He's been working all summer, and this will not disappoint. Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby. Agbonlahor, the A-levels in. You got anybody in your family getting A-levels results?
No. But my older brother and sister were very clever. My niece, very clever, got like A stars, GCSEs. My son got a couple A stars, A's, GCSEs. He's mocks for his predicted A levels. A couple of them are A stars as well. So there is brains in the family. Just it skips a few people.
Listen, you got talent. You played in the Premier League, so it's all okay.
Thank you.
It's time now for this. The NFL returns to Wembley in October. The Los Angeles Rams will be here to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and our competition to win VIP tickets is now well and truly open. Not just VIP tickets, it's a hospitality box. You're well looked after. You've got 6 seats in there to treat yourself to. And maybe the best bit, Gabs, for some people, £5,000 spending.
That'd be nice.
Money. You have to enter this. It's just an absolute no-brainer. And if you want to get into the NFL, watch your quarterback on Netflix, because you'll just be... I'm that simple, really. That's made me an NFL fan. Here's how you can enter. 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word CASH, CASH, to 83338, and then you're in the draw. Texts are £2 plus one standard and network rate message, and you must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter by free by calling this number, 0330 880 338. That's 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 25th of August at 11 p.m. Don't forget, this is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations, and you can get your full terms and conditions at talksport.com. Gabby, have you ever won a competition?
Never in my life. I'd love to, though.
Not even a football competition?
Nothing.
Not even a raffle?
Not even like a fancy football competition. Always runner-up or third or fourth.
Well, hopefully we can sort that out for you. We will only ask because this year is 30 years of heart for Aston Villa. You last won a trophy in 1996, the Coca-Cola Cup. So this season is 30 years since then. You played in 2 finals and you lost both. Do you think Emery will change that? Do you think maybe we win this season?
I think that'll be on his plan. He took every competition seriously. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, he took seriously. Unfortunate to lose against Crystal Palace. The players did not turn up in that semi-final. Was very disappointing. And yes, it's been too long. 1996 is very, very long time ago to not win a trophy.
And Palace and Newcastle have shown from
100%.
Just last season that we might see another team that hasn't won in many years win a trophy this season.
And I think every Villa fan would sacrifice finishing in the top 7 just to win a trophy. And that doesn't matter if it's a Carabao Cup.
That feeling,
it's been too long.
That winning feeling, the fans getting that moment. It's what football wants to see. Time now to select our dream team with the Sun.
Dream Team from the Sun on talkSPORT. The free-to-play fantasy football game where there's a share of 100 grand up for grabs. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply.
So over the next week, 11 different talkSPORT presenters are going to be selecting 11 players for their dream team from the Sun. We've each got a budget of £50 million for a goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders and at least one striker. And there is no limit to how many players you can have from each team. This is fun. So Gabby, talk us through who you've chosen for your dream team.
Okay, so my goalkeeper is Aston Villa's number 2, Bizot, because Emi Martinez is suspended for that red card against Manchester United for 3 games, which wasn't a red card, and Højlund wouldn't have scored anyway. He would have skied it. Anyway, we move on. Digne, left back, Maycash, right back, Mings and Konsa, centre halves, McGinn, Tielemans and Rodgers as my 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards, Marlon, Guasson and Watkins. And Watkins are going to have the captain.
So how many Villa players have you just...
11.
It's just a full...
And it's fire Aston Villa. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. This is our year. Europa League, we're going to win. We're going to get back into the top 4. Morgan Rogers going to be up there with player of the season.
He's
Let's
leaving.
go. Ollie Watkins as well had a great pre-season. He's going to get 20 Premier League goals or more. Aston Villa, come on Newcastle.
So Ramsey's leaving, Morgan Rogers is staying.
Morgan Rogers is staying. No one can afford him. Oh, I think we'd rather sell shares to the stadium than sell...
You'd rather
Morgan
what?
Rogers. He's not going anywhere, mate. Anywhere.
What competition are you going to win then this season?
I think we win the Europa League.
Do you?
Yeah, I think if Spurs and Manchester United can play in the final of the Europa League, then Aston Villa got every chance. And I think we'll be the favourites.
Right, you know last year was Season of the Bird, wasn't it? All the teams who had a bird as their crest went on to win trophies. Unai Emery has won the Europa League with Sevilla, Villarreal.
Yep.
Villa is in the title of those names, and of course Aston Villa, so maybe he can win the Europa League.
Exactly.
This is his competition.
He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? He knows how to get it over the line. So I'm confident, and I'm sure Villa fans have already booked flights and hotels for the final.
Wait, where is it?
I don't know.
It's probably already been announced. Gabby, we'll try and get you an EasyJet ticket at some
please.
point.
Ryanair, please.
Okay,
Cheaper.
so basically all Aston Villa players in Gabby's dream team. That was Gabby Agbonlahor's 11 chosen Aston Villa players for his dream team from The Sun.
Dream Team from The Sun on talkSPORT. Download the Dream Team app or visit dreamteamfc.com. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Live Premier League football back for you tomorrow night here on talkSPORT, 8 o'clock. Adrian Durham will be in the hot seat. It's going to be an emotional night, of course, at Anfield.
Yes.
How are you predicting this one going, Gabs?
I think Liverpool win comfortably. I feel Bournemouth have lost a lot of their top players. 3 of their back 4 they've lost. Sorry, 4 of their back 5 they've lost. Kirkes, Zamani and Housen and Kepa in goal. I think Ekitike, Wirtz, so excited to see them. I see a 4-1 win to Liverpool and Ekitike getting a couple.
Ooh, okay, don't forget, drive back from 4 o'clock today here on talkSPORT. It's going to be on the roof of the news building. We've got a lovely terrace there to preview the new Premier League season. Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent looking after that one with you. And on the way next, it's White and Jordan here on talkSPORT. Alan Brazil back tomorrow morning on talkSPORT Breakfast alongside Ray Parlour. Till then, we'll see you later. Bye, driver. Bye.
There's a lot of talk about the independent football regulator. Some people love the sound of it,